Oh, the mouse is not working with
Yeah, you want
the more clear.
copy it, and you want paste it. I can highlight it, but you want copy it.
Gotcha.
So I gotta do Control C, the copy, highlight it first with the mouse.
So your right click is not working. The more clear.
Copy. Say it again.
So the right click is not working.
On the mouse, copy. I'm putting the mouse.
Okay. You know where the place is? You see it? I don't know what the place is I was talking about.
It's right on the corner. It's on what?
I know where the route is right there.
It's right. It's going. You're gonna see a Baskin Robbins. You're gonna see a Baskin Robbins next to it.
The section where the route is at?
Yeah, it's right across the street from the route. It's
You
gonna
said
be
right across the street from the route?
Yeah, it's gonna be on the left hand, on the left side. From the house is on the right. It's gonna be on the left. So you just make it out.
I find it. I don't know if you know where it is.
It's for mine.
I mean, that's four corners right there. I know where the route is.
I know.
Wait a minute.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Emmanuel.
Shabbat shalom, brother.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Mike.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey, can you hear us?
Khan, I can hear you.
Okay.
How high is it up?
I just turned it up.
All right, so what's the other question?
I was asking, do we know if King Solomon made it to heaven or not? Is he gonna be able
Do
to?
we know there's a heaven or not?
Yeah, is he gonna be able to make it in? Like, does it say anything about like where he ended?
Where he ended up?
Yeah, kind of like how he died. It's kind of gonna say that.
No, you don't say how he died, but you know he's Christ.
Right.
No, it's gonna be.
Oh, I'm thinking of separation. No,
I mean, okay. I got something on that too. So, like, look, so it talks about in the Chronicles, it says that all the acts of Solomon was in the book of Nathan and the other stuff. So, like, in other books that it could have talked about, he got punished in those books that we have.
Said he could have.
Yeah, because you know, just like how it talks about, like in King David, how he didn't get punished, like having all them wives. You know what I'm saying? It could have talked about that in that book.
He got punished.
He got punished when we talked about when he did the act when he murdered the other person. But I'm talking about before that, where he had like all the wives, he had multiple wives. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, because we talked about that one time. We said in other books like Nathan and some other books we talked about. We could have talked about him. You know, he got punished like having like multiple wives, but it doesn't talk about those books. But it could be the same thing with King Solomon and other books talk about he got punished like having multiple wives.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be talked about in other books that he got punished. Like, and they didn't talk about him getting punished. Like, you know, about like.
I mean, but we speculate.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we speculate because we don't know.
Okay, so what I'm saying, we got. I got you. But I'm saying I can't. That can't be the answer. Is that the answer? He asking a question. That's what it's all.
No. I'm not answering this question. I'm saying like because you're saying that it could be Christ because it could have matched the Christ.
No. I'm saying he could be. I'm saying he is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying like, you know, because the reason why you're saying it is because he got punished for what.
No, he didn't. Christ did.
Yeah, Christ.
I got you.
Right. What I'm saying is like, what I'm saying in other books, he might have got punished that we haven't read yet.
That'd be a contradiction.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to know because other books that we have read, like Nathan, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Come.
Okay.
No, but why would those books contradict what the New Testament says?
No, I'm not saying this, but I'm not saying that it's contradicting that. I'm just saying that it has other things in there that we're not aware of. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying if those other books say he got punished before Christ, then it's a contradiction to what it says in the New Testament, right? Would it be a contradiction? Because I'm saying he got punished as Christ. I mean, anytime before that,
I got
he
you.
didn't. So if Nathan in the book said he did got punished before
Right,
Christ time, it's a
right.
contradiction, right?
Well, it's a contradiction saying that he's actually Solomon, right?
No, that would make them not.
If
Solomon.
he
Right.
got-
That'll make him not Solomon.
If they said he's not Solomon, if they say he's not Solomon, I don't understand.
No. What I'm saying is,
In the book of Nathan, if he gets punished, then that would mean that Solomon cannot be Christ.
Right.
He would have got his own.
right.
Hold on, but what I'm saying is that that would contradict what we have in. I'm saying that it's the same spirit that's
Right.
teaching Nathan and them and the apostles.
Okay.
And you're saying two different things.
What I'm saying is that it would contradict the actual, of Solomon actually being Christ. That's what that would do.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, why would it contradict the apostles when they led by the Holy Spirit, and so would Nathan and them be saying the same thing? They would say Nathan and them be saying that Solomon got punished, right? And they tell the apostle that he's
Well, the thing is, we don't know what Nathan said. We can't really go to the books because we don't really have the books.
yeah, we don't know what they say, but we can say that there can't be a contradiction. It can't be contradicted. Whatever it says, it can't contradict what it says in the New Testament. Because it's the same spirit. The same spirit that's feeding Nathan and them and the brothers in
Right.
the New
But the
Testament.
only thing that it would do is that it would just contradict of saying that Solomon. That's the only thing that I mean because we all doing is putting that together because we say we're assuming that because what we read is that Solomon never got punished, even though there's other books that talk about all the acts of Solomon.
Well, it's more than just not getting punished. It's more than just that. That's one aspect of it.
Okay.
There's more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what else?
Let's read it.
Okay.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, T-Mal.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, man.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, brothers.
Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, we're gonna go to second Samuel chapter 7. We get some clarity on the situation here. It's a good question. I mean, every now and then we gotta go over stuff for people to give them a refresher. Sometimes you need a refresher, you know what I'm saying, of things you might have forgotten certain things, which is all good. Then we're gonna get to me on Sonata last night. The Lex Vortex is trash. We know the Bible. Trying to break down our lineage, talking about how we're not Hebrew, we're not Israelites. But he's trying to say we Hamites. He ain't gonna try to use the Bible to do it. Okay, I know what this dude right here. The Bible clearly tells us we Shemites.
Let's say the Negroes is not.
It has Abraham lineage going back to Shem right there. I'm looking at this dude, that's why I tell him, say, you don't know the Bible. How you gonna use the Bible to say that? I'm gonna show you what he say. We gonna chop him up.
Okay.
I turned up on him a little bit, but then I commented at the end because he was making me upset, bro. Because you don't know the Bible. Talk about how we delusional. And then he said he's God. Oh, I said, we're delusional now. I'm gonna play for you. What you say?
You had a debate on my own?
A little small, wasn't even a debate. I came on it just to correct Lex Vortex about how he claiming that Adam was a so-called white man. So I came up to the dispute. I'm gonna play the video of what happened.
All right, come.
Yeah, I kind of went a little bit. I kind of turned up a little bit on it. Then I calmed down. You know what I'm saying? He was irking the heck out of me, bro. He was really, oh my goodness.
Second Samuel.
Hey, this is the guy I supposed to debate. The first guy when I first got in the league.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you. He was supposed to debate him first. Yeah, I couldn't wait to debate him. He lucky he quit. He quit.
You talking about the man in extra? They don't have? No.
No.
Yeah,
Before him.
Oh,
This is the first guy going to debate.
Oh,
Yeah, but he quit.
oh, he knew you was coming for him.
Listen, man, listen.
I can't handle this guy.
Listen, the last time he lost a debate, he quit the whole league.
Wow.
He can't take a loss. So he called it like a clown. And the guy he called a clown beat him. He couldn't take the loss. Listen, this is the first debate at the beginning of the league. In the league, you debate someone maybe 3 or 4 times, right? The first debate that he lost in the beginning of the season, he quit. He didn't say, let me get it back to the next debate or the one after that. I'm gonna meet him again. He didn't do that. He just flat out quit. He couldn't take it. Somebody, dude, you have no backbone, no stamina, bro. How you quit after one debate? You want to talk about how you tough? How tough is you?
This ain't for me, y'all.
You ain't tough.
I'm getting enough throwing the towel with it.
Anybody that a tough person that's really tough can take a loss and bounce back when you know you have opportunity to bounce back in the future. I'm gonna meet you again down the line. I did not get that. But if I quit in the beginning, what does that mean? I don't have it. I don't have that heart in me. You know what I'm saying? For the long haul. I don't have it. Oh, it's excuse me. It's 2 Samuel chapter 12. Okay. 2 Samuel chapter 12. So we have a question about Solomon being a Mashiach Yahushua. So we're going through 2 Samuel. We're going to bring out the other details beside him not getting punched. Right. So 2 Samuel chapter 12. And let me share my screen too, so you can see it on the screen.
Hey, Salakia, we talking about David's son?
Yes, sir. One of them, Solomon. He had many sons, so you gotta get accurate.
Son of David. Son of David. They both sons of David.
Yeah.
Hey, so hold on. What we saying? What's the question? The question is, so we thinking that Solomon is a Mashiach Yahushua?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're about to show us.
That he is?
Yes. He was. Yeah. And he was.
And that would make that learning obedience make more sense too. Because he never messed up as Yahushua. So why would he have to learn obedience to that?
Let me share my screen so everybody can see where we at. So 2 Samuel chapter 12. Yeah, let me make sure this is the correct scripture. Hold on, let me make sure that we no, this is not it, bro. It's back 7. 2 Samuel chapter, the first one. 2 Samuel chapter 7, and we're going to start at verse 10. 2 Samuel chapter 7 is what I want. We're going to start at verse 10. That's what I'm doing. Put it up, share my screen. All right, who got it? You go ahead and read it. Okay, I got it. Real loud for the microphone. Going to the playback, and sometimes it seems we can get kind of low at times. We're gonna try to stay loud. All right. Go ahead.
2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them that they may dwell in a place of their own.
I'm sorry. Let's start at verse 8. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now there, 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 8. Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David, thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the sheepcote, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people, over Israel.
So we got the background there with the Most High did with David. Go ahead.
And I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thine enemies out of thy sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great man that are in the earth.
So what the Most High did for David? Go ahead.
Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time.
Right. This is another verse that refutes them people over there as being the Israelites. They're claiming because that's where ultimately where God gonna plant Israel back in the land of Israel, right? And they're claiming that that's the return. Meaning the return is we are back home or we here permanently, right? The text says I'm gonna plant Israel, right? I'm gonna plant them that they may dwell in a place of their own, right? And move no more. Then it says, neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them anymore as before time. They're in the land and errors is affecting them. The man is not. The Arabs went up in them synagogues and blow bombs and all kinds of stuff, and I'm gonna be dying.
And threatening to blow them off the map.
All of that stuff, and plus they have their mosque, and it's supposed to be where the temple was, all that stuff. So how is that God planting you there, and people in the land is afflicting you, and then possessing the quote unquote most holy site? How come God don't move them out of the way? Why is God leaving them other people in the land if He's planting you there from you? Can be the people. That's
Hey, Salaki, I don't mean to go off topic or nothing, but this is kind of on topic too. Did y'all see that church that got electrocuted, that lightning struck it after they just got done celebrating that pride stuff? The church got struck by lightning. It's a pro-gay church. It got struck by lightning and burnt all the way down.
Where was it at?
Hold on real quick. I just read that story too. It happened last night. It is
Sabbath. All praises.
it don't say where. It just says them signs is too real. Pro-gay church gets struck by lightning hours after celebrating Pride Month, and it burnt all the way down.
Pride Month. We just talked about that earlier. Start clapping.
But Salaki, I didn't mean to go off or nothing, but that kind of was on topic too about how the Most High gonna place that he gonna destroy it and take us back.
And you got the light up.
Yeah, all praises, brother. Yeah, no, that's good, bro. That's good information, man. You know, the most High still active, man, in these times. And people know the Most High, I think he's sleeping or something. Wow. Taking a nap or something. I don't know if you think the Most High is doing. The Most High don't sleep. All right, let's continue where we are here in 2 Samuel chapter 7.
And we verse 11 now.
Yes, sir.
And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people.
That goes all the way back to Moses. Right, he was a judge of Israel. Go ahead.
Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies. Also the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee an house.
Right. So the judges from Moses, that's got to come all the way to the last judge, right? Which is Samuel. And it goes up into the kings, and you have King Saul and King David, right? So the Lord tell him, I'm gonna say, I will make thee. When it says I will make thee a house, it's talking about a lineage, right? You're making a lineage, meaning that the lineage is going to be named after you. That's why it's always called go back to the house of David. From the house of David. They don't say from the house of David's father, Jesse. Right. They say David. From the house of David. From the house of David. From this point on, you see they all call it the house of David. Even when they find it in the Tell Dynasty and the different writings on it, it says the house of David. Okay. Right? It don't say the house of Jesse. So God said, I'm gonna make you a house in the lineage, and you have to the name of it going to be by you. Right? Even when Christ came, he was called him the son of David.
So the majority of Israel is called under David's house.
Well, the kingly line, he's talking about, he establishing the kingly line through David. This is what he's doing.
Please stop sharing it.
Howard Shaw was the beginning, King David was the
Shabbat shalom, sister. Welcome.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom says.
All right, sister. We're in. Let me go back and share my screen again. Shalom, sister. We're in 2 Samuel chapter 7.
And going to
And
verse
we're
12.
going to verse 12 now. We're coming out of 11, going into verse 12, okay? 2 Samuel chapter 7, in verse 11, going to verse 12, okay? So the house that the Most High is saying in verse 11, I would make thee a house. It's talking about a line, a successive lineage going down, right? Again, a line of succession. What he's saying, meaning that the line of succession has to be unbroken. Once it's broken, it means he can now go off to somebody else. So it has to be a line of succession coming all the way down. Okay, this is what he's saying. About make you a house, a line of succession. And that's how a house works. When you do it with a kingly lineage, it has to be a succession all the way down. That's what happened to Saul. Once God got rid of Saul, that succession through his son Jonathan was broken.
Yeah.
And now it's under David. Right? All right, let's go ahead. Verse 12.
Verse 12.
Well, let me ask it. The question is Christ, Hamashiach Yahushua, is he David? Right? We're dealing with that. Right? I mean, sorry, is he Solomon?
Yes.
Good correction. Right. Is he Solomon? Is Christ Hamashiach Yahushua Solomon? That's what we're dealing with. All right, go ahead, brother.
2 Samuel chapter 7 and verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom.
Okay, so his seed is going to come out of his bowels, right? That's the lineage of succession through his bowels, right? It says, and I'm going to establish, and I will establish, it says, his kingdom. The one that comes out of David, he's going to establish his kingdom. Right? We can understand what the Most High is saying to David. I will set up, it said, I would set up thy seed after thee. It's a kingly succession that he's setting up right after him. It says, and I would establish his kingdom. David had a lineage of succession, but the one that comes out of David, God said, I'm going to establish his kingdom, not yours. The one that comes out of you. We're going to go real slow so we can get what I am saying. Okay? You can stop me anytime you got a question. Right? All right, go ahead.
Verse 13. He shall build an house for my name.
So we know who did that. So we're getting into specific who this person is after David. Specific is he's going to build a house in my name. We know who did that. Solomon. And the verse right above it says what? I would establish who? His kingdom. That's Solomon's kingdom. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
We know Solomon's kingdom was not established, was it?
No.
It was split. But yet God said, I would establish his kingdom. And if we confuse, though we get specific who this person is, he should build a house for my name. We all know whose kingdom is going to be established. That's not a question here.
Yeah, that's right. Christ.
Someone would have to be who?
Christ.
It would have to be Christ.
Christ.
Right, he said, build a house in my name. Let's get more specific.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I don't understand how that concept fit right there yet. Because you said the scriptures say, moreover, I will appoint a place for my people, Israel,
Emmanuel, you have a question, Emmanuel?
Con, I'm just saying I don't understand how that's still Yahushua yet. But
Give me the
according to that.
All right, let me, okay, let's back up for the brother. Let's back up for the brother.
Come on.
Someone follow? Let's back up for the brother. Let's start at verse 10.
Come. What?
Yeah.
Okay. We're starting at verse 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and I will plant them that they may dwell in a place of their own, and have no more, and move no more, neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time.
Go ahead.
And as since
Well, let me say that the children of wickedness, we know who all afflict Israel at before time. Right? Arabs, we all know.
and
Egyptians. Go ahead.
And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee an house.
Right, so from the time you appoint judges, that goes back to Moses, as I said, all the way to Samuel, the last judge, then we went to the kings, right? King Saul and King David, right? And the Lord says also, I'm gonna, the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee a house. A house is a line of succession, right? The name, the house is called after David. It's a line of succession. You have to notice how I say it so far over here. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers.
So now we know that this is after he died. He's speaking of his death. When you later fulfill and you sleep with your fathers, right after your death, go ahead.
Hold on, Salakia. Now, which one are we talking about? The Masiach or are we talking about Solomon?
We're talking about David right now. He's telling David that when you die and sleep with your fathers, right?
Okay, come.
Go ahead.
I will set up thy seed after thee.
He said, it said, what it says right here, I will set up. In the Hebrew, I would set up is one word. Quam.
Oh, so he's gonna rise him up.
That's what he's saying.
Wow.
It's one Hebrew word, quam.
Okay.
Quam means to rise up, to rise, right? To raise up, to stand up, right? When after you die, I'm gonna raise up. Why can't I have this person without? Hey,
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey,
Shabbat shalom, brother.
My brothers.
Is that you, Shia?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
How you doing, brother?
man, can't call it, but I'm living and I'm blessed, man.
That's
All
right.
praises,
That's right,
all
man.
praises, yeah.
I'm in grind mode.
We're
Yeah.
in the book of 2 Samuel, Yeshaya, 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 12.
Well,
Verse 12.
What's the topic? I'm gonna just go off what y'all saying because I'm driving and stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, we're dealing with Christ being Solomon.
You said, them being the same spirit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So wait, what do y'all have so far as what y'all said already?
But how so far? We're at the beginning right now. We're at the beginning of it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do verse 12 over real quick.
All right.
Excuse me, 1 second.
So was the question, is it true or false, or was it more like how do we know or what?
oh yeah, I mean, I just stepped out for you talking about that.
Yeah, we're going through it real slow, so we're gonna put it all together.
Okay.
Can we get verse 12 again?
Come. Verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled,
That's talking about David. We have David now. So God tells David, once your days will be fulfilled, go ahead.
and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers,
Now he's dead sleeping with his fathers because when you die, the text tells you get gathered to your father. You do get gathered to your people, it says. So even when you die, all this mixing is foolishness. And when you die, you go back to whoever your people is. Right? If you all mixed up again, you ain't go to two different people. You don't go back to your people.
Bulls and Chihuahua.
Yeah. Top of that, yeah. All right, so you're gonna go back to your fathers, to whatever nation you want. So God will separate you when you die to your nation. All right, go ahead.
I will set up thy seed after thee.
I mean, I will set up in your seed, meaning your descendant. I will set up your descendant after you. I will set up your descendant after you. And so the word there for I will set up is only one Hebrew word, is quam. Quam means to rise. So he's gonna rise up. He's gonna raise up this person, right? That means this person at some point had to have died, and he's gonna raise him up. This is what he's doing. I'm gonna rise and I'm gonna raise him up. The text tells you this in two places in the Bible. This is exactly what happened. It tells you in two places. It tells you this in the Old Testament and it tells you this in the New Testament. Two places tell you who this is. They identify who this person is in two places, who it is. You can't get it wrong. The text says, God speaketh once, yet twice, yet man don't perceive it. And that's also two witnesses. So I got two witnesses upon the Torah, and I got two different places that says the exact same thing. So I know what I'm saying. I'm not speculating. I have corroboration. But I'm saying, I'm gonna show this. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me show it now. So while we're here, so we have no mistake. Okay. Hold where we are in 2 Samuel, and let me get Jeremiah chapter 23. Let me get Jeremiah 23. Hold whoever had Samuel's, hold it, and let someone get me Jeremiah chapter 23. Jeremiah chapter, we confirm that. Jeremiah chapter 20, hold on, 23, verse 5.
Okay, read the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 5. It reads, behold, the days come, saith the Lord.
The days has come, saith the Lord is future. Go ahead.
That I will raise up David, a righteous branch.
Read that again.
And I will raise unto David.
I will raise unto David. Now we get more clarity from Jeremiah. Right? Samuel said, I'm gonna raise him up. I'm gonna raise him unto David. It's a suggestion that now he don't come to the direct sperm lineage to David. I'm gonna raise him unto David. And that's where Isaiah kicks in with the nexer. Isaiah 11:1 is speaking of a nexer. A nexer comes off the original tree, but a distance from the tree. He's somehow broken off, but the extension is a little different. He raised back up. He raised back up a little different from the original tree. That's what a nexer is. Okay, there is some kind of gap in there, and the tree comes back up at like about a yard or two away from the original tree that it comes out of, and that goes back to speak to Christ's lineage. And read Matthew the first chapter. It's exactly what it is saying. Okay, so we have he's going to raise unto David a righteous branch. Go ahead.
And a king shall reign and prosper.
Go ahead.
And shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
So we know who that is.
Right.
That's Christ. We ain't gonna speculate who that is. So we have who the raised up here. Look at the other one in the New Testament. Let me get Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14 will tell you the exact same thing. All right, whoever got it can just go ahead and read it.
Okay, I got it. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. It says, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
For it is evident, it's evident that our Lord, Hamashiach Yahushai, sprang out of Judah. Sprang means to rise up. The Greek word there is letting us know spray, anatello. Ana is up or compassion or a process. Tello to set out or to set up. Properly rise up after completing a necessary process. Anatello is accurately speaking of to rise up after completing a necessary process. It's a process that Hamashiach Yahushua went through, right? He talks about how he learned obedience in Hebrews chapter 5. So he was going through a process, to complete a process of what we're reading about all the way in 2 Samuel. You get the beginning of it. So in Hebrews, he's giving you the fulfillment of the Anatello part of it, because he completed the process. That's why he sits on whose throne? David's throne. The angel tells Mary, he shall get the throne of his forefather David, his father David. What the angel tells Mary, and he shall reign over Jacob, says forever. It's the completion of the process. And I tell her the Greek word is telling you. I'm showing you the complete project. Let's go back to the beginning again. Let's go back to 2 Samuel chapter 7.
And David throne was from the Most High or something.
David's throne originally belonged to the Most High. It was originally God's throne. And because they saw, meaning in Hebrew, they asked for a king. Saul means to ask. They asked for
I didn't know
Saul means to
means
ask.
to ask.
Saul means to ask. They asked for a king. Right?
Yeah, they saw and then David.
Come, they asked for a king. That wasn't the king that God intended. That goes back into Genesis 49 when he prophesied Judah would be the king. So that was not going to last. God already seen that not playing out correct.
And Saul was an Edomite?
No.
Oh, Benjamin, Israelite. Yeah, it's all good. No, he mentioned when we were last week about him when Saul was taken out. That's what he.
Oh,
Okay. Let's go back to 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's read verse 12 again real quick.
Come. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom.
And I will establish his kingdom. Again, we know who that is.
Come.
That has to be Christ.
Christ.
We know who it is, right? But yeah, it says that seed after thee, that descendant after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. He shall build an house for my name.
Now we're getting finer detail. The first process is that he's coming as Solomon, and he's going to build a house for my name. Process. All right, go ahead.
And I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
How long?
Forever.
So we clear how long the throne going to be.
Come.
The exact same thing the angel tells Mary about her son. He's going to reign over Jacob forever. Establish his throne forever. Right? So we know Solomon's kingdom will not establish forever. It will split. Because not listening to the Most High twice. Okay? So then we're getting fine detail. We're going to get even more detail. We're going to build a house, right? Now I'm going to establish his kingdom forever. It says, let's get some more details. Go ahead.
Verse 14. I will be his father.
He's going to be his what?
Father.
See? He says, I'm going to be now. Who is his father? Is Solomon's father is who?
David.
Solomon's father is David. God says right here, I'm going to be his father. Who is that?
Christ.
God said, I'm going to be his father. Not you. You ain't going to be his father. I'm going to be his father. What God is saying. Go ahead.
And he shall be my son.
Clear. And he shall be my son. Right? More detail. We got enough details here that we can't go wrong. He's giving us extra details here. Right?
You know what? In there, it shows I'm gonna be his father. His father, he's gonna be my son. But now they won all of a sudden.
Right.
That come in now.
Right.
His father and son.
I'm gonna be my father, and he's gonna be he's gonna be my son, right? We can get countless of precepts on it. You know, Psalms 2 tell you that that's his son. He tells you when Christ came, he tells you who his father was. You know what I'm saying? Are we clear? Right? Go ahead.
If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men.
Now, he says, we got further detail. He says, if he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. Now, let's start at Hamashiach Yahushua. Hamashiach Yahushua didn't commit no iniquity, right?
Right.
Will he chasten with the rod of men?
Yeah.
How does that make any sense? He says, if he committed iniquity, he will get chastened with the rod of men. Christ got with the rod of men, but there is no iniquity. That part is missing out. Where is that part at? Solomon. Solomon committed iniquity. But the text doesn't say that he was chastened with the rod of men. We don't have no way where Solomon was chastened with the rod of men. The status that Solomon had because of his father David. David had put all the kingdoms down around Israel. They all was in subjection to Israel under Solomon. Not only that, all the nations around Solomon respected him because of his wisdom. They wouldn't dare go to war with him for plenty reasons.
Right.
The army that just put them down
Right.
and how smart he is. He said, we go to war with him. He's so smart, he's gonna beat our army. We wouldn't dare go to war with him. So there ain't no man who will even dare even think about putting their hands on Solomon. You ain't crazy enough. You'll end up dead. Yes, sir.
That sounds like tactical forces. And he got an army that's like full of snipers and
You can't.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose for you,
come.
right? He have the strongest army and he have the wisest king. How can you win that?
Wow, and I got your daughter.
Yeah, you can't.
That's
You
my
can't.
wife.
That's the reason why kings was marrying their daughter to him. He said that he married 700 princesses. Those were king's daughters for military alliance with Solomon. They wanted military alliance with Solomon because of how David was moving. David was going out, putting them all down in subjection, and they wanted him to stop. So that's how kings stop wars, enemies from coming their way, is to marry their daughter to this king. So the king, so now with his alliance, that he's not going to come attack him.
That's smart.
Yeah. I will pay him tribute, but he's not going to come destroy me. And we on good accord. That's what you see there in Kings chapter 11.
That's like chessboard.
Yeah, not just more than wisdom you do. So I'm saying all that to say that no one will ever think about chastising Solomon with the rod of men or the son of children of men. That's far from anybody's mind.
Okay, I see what you think. Wow.
You weren't thinking about doing none of that to him.
Oh, wow.
Got your daughter in the basement.
You're gonna get your whole nation destroyed when you're talking about something like that. Right?
Kind of wow.
Remember, kings came to him to hear his wisdom. It wasn't that what I heard this man said, someone was smart. They said, no, I'm gonna go hear it for myself. Like the Queen of Sheba, when she came, she said, I heard of people talking about how smart you were. So I gotta hear it for myself. So I came all the way to hear your wisdom myself. But she said, when I heard you, I didn't even hear the half of it.
Yeah, your reputation supersedes you or something like that.
You surpassed what I heard. Then she said, she thought the servant in the front of the gate was Solomon. She was dressed up so royal with the servant in the front. She thought he was Solomon. So everybody was in awe of Solomon on every level. Every level. No one surpassed him when it came to nothing. When it comes to riches, they didn't come close. When it comes to military might, none come close. When it comes to wisdom, none came close.
The only one that did surpass him was Yahushua.
That's it. That is it. The only one.
It's the same spirit.
It's the same.
Come on.
The only one. Again, that's why I wanted to read for you in Hebrews chapter 7, where it talked about anatello. It says this was completing a process. Where did the process even started? Solomon. There's a process starting to build up. The Most High tells you, Christ, the Most High says, every son that comes to me, I chastise. He says, if you are without chastisement, you are bastards. You have to get chastisement. Where is Christ's chastisement in the Bible at? That means he had to have done something to get chastised right away. Because every child goes through a process of getting something wrong at some point. Right? Because that's your process of getting to a certain point in your life. This is the process. Yes, sir.
That makes more sense when Howard said, please, when the bruise, I get it.
There it is, right there.
I get it.
That's it.
I get it.
Right. It pleased him, it pleased me to bruise him. Right? And I was with it and said, why would it please God to bruise Hamashiach Yahushua? What's the pleasing me? It's the process he sees. This is necessary. This makes me happy. Why? Because I see what it's going to do for you. He learned obedience. Yes. Ooh, this is what it's going to do for you. It's the ultimate thing that you have to learn. And the reason why I keep knocking down people because they're not learning this process. They're not going through this. They're going through this process. That's what Mashiach went through. And that's the process we're going through. We're trying to be like him. Right? We make mistakes. We're going to get chastised, but ultimately, we're going to be trying to be like Mashiach, and we will attain it. That's still the body of Christ will attain that particular process. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go. Where we at?
Verse 15.
Verse 15. Go ahead.
Come. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, who I put away before thee.
So verse 15 is clearly identifying that it's Solomon, right?
Come.
I want to take it away from Saul, right? I want to take it away from Saul, whom I put away before me, right? Go ahead.
And thy house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever.
Right. So, and thy house, that means that the lineage, and thy kingdom shall be established forever before me. I know it says thee, the Hebrew says me, right?
Okay.
Thy throne shall be established forever. Okay. That's why Christ is given the throne of David. And he established that throne with Christ on it forever, right? But it originally still was called from the house of David, right? But we know even before David, it was Hamashiach, Yahweh was the Most High's throne, right? Let's prove it. Let's prove it. So let's prove it. We'll prove it. Can we get First Chronicles? Let me prove it. I would say two more things. Can we get First Chronicles chapter 22? First Chronicles chapter 22. We confirm that. First Chronicles 22. Let me make sure. Let me make sure we get it. 1 second. First Chronicles. All right, now let me get First Chronicles 29. First Chronicles chapter 29, verse 23. First Chronicles chapter 29, verse 23.
First Chronicles chapter 29, reading at verse 23. Then Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as king instead of David, his father, and prospered, and all Israel obeyed him.
So Solomon sat on the throne. He sat on the throne of the Lord of the Most High. Clear or wrong, right? Do we see who throne is? The text says Solomon sat on, right? When you read First, Second Chronicles, it gives you the spiritual perspective of events. First and Second Kings give you the carnal side of the events, right? So when you read both books, you can see the events being repeated, but Chronicles give you the spiritual background, the spiritual perspective of where kings be with the carnal perspective of it, right? So you get more details. When you read Chronicles, it gives you more details. So let's get it one more time so we can be clear. It ain't just in one place. There's another place that the same exact thing. Can we get Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 17? So we clear whose throne Solomon sat on. We're not confused. Sit on the Most High's throne. So the Most High rules from heaven on his spiritual throne, and then he has his son to rule where? On earth, on his earthly throne. That belongs to him. Is what he's doing. This goes back to declare the end from the beginning. I'm gonna get into the fact where Christ is the reason. This is also seen by the Most High. It talks about the mystery of God when it be revealed in the read Revelations. So this is part of it, right? This is what the Most High wanted to set up from the beginning. It's playing out. So we have that in Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 17.
I got it. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 17, and it reads, "At that time, they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord."
They shall call Jerusalem what?
The throne of the Lord.
There it is again. At that time, they shall call it the throne of the Lord. Because who's sitting on there?
So,
Christ is sitting on whose throne? His Father's throne. His Father's throne on there. In Jerusalem. On the Most High's throne. That's the original who it belongs to. All right? And we clear. That's two witnesses. Two witnesses on the Torah. Keeping the Torah, two witnesses. All right, let's go back to 2 Samuel chapter 7. Again, at any time anyone can stop me and ask a question. If you don't understand something, please stop me and I can explain it further.
Yeah, verse 17.
Yeah, everything I'm saying, I'm backing it up with the text. I'm not giving no speculation. Did I twist anything? I verbatim read everything. Twist nothing. Like I said, he usually like, I twist them things all the time. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 17. According to all these words and according to all these visions, so did Nathan speak unto David.
Yes, here we go. Verse 18.
Then went King David in and sat before the Lord.
See that? Now, after David told them all this, he went in and sat before the Lord. All right, go ahead.
And he said, Who am I, O Lord God? And what is my house that thou hast brought me hitherto?
So David is going before the Lord. Basically, he's saying that, listen, I'm not nothing. Like who am I for you want to bless me like this? I'm nothing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And this was yet a small thing in thy sight, O Lord God, but thou hast spoken also of thy servant's house for a great while to come.
See, even David knew that what God was saying to him, it has certain fulfillment for a great while to come. So he was spoken to the servant house for what? For a great while to come. You know, some of this stuff that you're saying to me is going to happen way in the future. Even he understood some of it to be way in the future. Not immediately. All of it doesn't fulfill itself in Solomon's time. Some of it is there, but some of it has future fulfillment elsewhere. Even David here is telling me.
40 years of peace.
Yeah, so further telling me that now that's why I bring in the Mashiach Yahushua, because David understood all of it couldn't be fulfilled in Solomon's time. He says it right here. For a great while to come. That's what he said right here.
Right there.
A great while to come. That's way ahead down there.
Still from the same kingly lineage.
Right. So everything we read in here, you can't say all of it fulfilled down here in Solomon's time. What David is saying here, come on, man, it's gonna be accurate. Yes, sir.
So it's the throne King Solomon sat in still around?
The throne that Solomon sat in is
Jerusalem, right?
No, the throne is gone. Throne is gone.
Oh,
The physical throne and the physical throne and the house is thrown down for a while too. But God has built it back up. That's what he talks about. The quam.
Right.
Let's get it real quick. We get Amos chapter 9. Let me show you. It had actually failed. And that's why I use the word quam in that verse. Amos chapter 9, verse 11 and 12. We come to the book of Amos chapter 9. Right? Verse 11. Go ahead, brother.
Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David
The tabernacle is the house of David. Go ahead.
that is fallen.
See, it was falling down at some point. He said, I'm gonna rise it up. In that day, I'm gonna rise. What day is that? The day he begins to rise it up is through Hamashiach Yahushua. He's the one he says, I will rise unto David. He's raising back up his house through Hamashiach Yahushua because it's fallen. Right? Go ahead.
And close up the branches thereof.
Breaches.
Oh, breaches thereof.
Separation. So they were, what happened, it was breaching. There was a breach in the house of David. A separation of some point in the house of David, right? A separation that can go back into even into the lineage. That's where you have the virgin birth kicking when you put a door and stand by. There was some type of breach in the house of David, meaning a succession through sex, through sperm. There was a breach there. He's repairing it. He's bringing it and raising up through Hamashiach Yahushua. Go ahead.
And I will rise up his ruin, and I will build it as the days of
We're
old.
gonna bring it back to the days of old, right? At the time, and when the time of David and Solomon is when we had ruled. That's when we ruled. We had put down the smash down in that time, and all nations knew what it was. That's why they was marrying their daughters to Solomon. They all knew we was in power. Even again, the apostles confirm what I'm saying because in Acts chapter 1, they asked Christ. He said, will you at this time restore the kingdom unto Israel? When was Israel, when did Israel have the kingdom?
King David.
It was in David and Solomon, when they had all these nations in subjection. They want that time back. That's what they're referencing. This is what the prophets and the sages have been teaching Israel for years. And when the Messiah comes, he's going to then restore the kingdom back to Israel. He's going to put us back on top. Right? What we're all looking for, waiting for that. Waiting for the Messiah to come. Son of David, who God going to raise up to David to do that.
That's why Judas tripped up.
Yes.
That's why they fully didn't understand the Howard Shah story, because they still got to be part of Solomon. And it ain't all the way filled, and then you got to go to the Howard Shah.
Yes. Right. They had partial understanding of the Old Testament.
So and then that's two is the Howard Shah opening up the apostles.
To understand the Old Testament. Come.
Because even John the Baptist had to clarify, nah, I have to make sure.
Right. Right. Because he didn't see certain things happening that he knew in the prophets. So he asked him, he's only going to ask the question. Right? Is it you or do we look for another? Is what he was asking. And Christ went back to tell him prophecy being fulfilled. Right? They are raised, so on and so forth. That's what he was telling John the Baptist. I think John got it. Right, but I don't think his apostles, the followers of John actually understood everything. Right, but they became the Ebionites. They were putting out buildings and taking the apostle writing and take out anything that was take Matthew's gospel, take anything from verse 18 to verse 25, and remove all of it. So you have the Ebionite gospel of Matthew, chapter 1, we're going to go from 1:17. We'll stop right there. So that people think that we don't have it in the Ebionite gospel for the verse, and it's not either. Because they took it out. But if you go to the Christ followers gospel of Matthew, it's in it. Even so, we know it was in it, but the church fathers, they quote the gospel and just in it so much, you can literally piece the entire thing back together just from their quotation alone. They quoted so much, we can piece the whole thing back together again just from them quoting it. So we know what it said. Yes, sir.
So John the Baptist's followers, that one jot or one tittle, they fall under that, right? Because they touched the Bible. They took out.
Well, they wouldn't
Add on
consider
that
they wouldn't consider their writings to be that. They wouldn't consider Matthew the Torah. And all that.
Oh, okay.
They were tampered with.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they're
They were
saying
considered to be law.
it's not thus saith the Lord.
Right.
Okay,
They wouldn't look at it like that.
Okay.
We probably would. but they
I
would.
got you.
You know what I'm saying? They would.
So what do they do with books like Esther that don't have that in there?
They would consider it not from God.
Oh wow.
That is out there though. People have questioned the book of Esther that it's not biblical, it's not canon, because it doesn't mention thus saith the Lord in the book. The book is being questioned right now. Some people say it is, some people say it's not.
Isn't Daniel another book that says that doesn't say that? I think.
That doesn't thus saith the Lord.
Yeah. I don't think it says that in there.
I'm not sure. But Daniel isn't in the question like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Look at Daniel.
He had to interpret dreams. He had to be right connected to the
Yeah,
Lord.
he's trying to go against Daniel. That's the wrong book.
But bro, I don't know. They went against John the Baptist, bro. When y'all told me that, I'm like, yo, I'm done, bro. You told me that, bro. I'm like, yo, you go against John, bro. Yeah, God.
Attack Daniel. Too much prophecy in there. I feel too much. Like, even before, there's no question. They knew certain things before it even happened. But as you can see, when you read the book of Daniel, Daniel tells you that he was reading the book of Jeremiah. He said, I knew the book of Jeremiah, we being captivity for 70 years. We show you that the prophet's writing went into captivity with the Israelites. Because Daniel had it. He said he was reading it. We had our record when we go into the captivity. We always had the prophets and the Torah and stuff with us. Wherever every tribe had a copy of the Torah. Our history. That's why we're in the culture, they reference this is from Moses. We're doing this in the law of Moses. It's all over there in the culture, right? Because it always represents wherever we live, in every tribe, every scattering we had, except for the one over here with the so-called white man took it from us. That's what he did. That's what it was hard for us to get back to our identity because he took our records that we had amongst us and identifying who we were. That's why they can go into the Igbo and the tradition in the Igbo. They have that record in there. The oral tradition in the Igbo is there. Yes, sir.
So he probably been observing us with our records and like, I can't never beat him because he keep his book with him. Let him separate him in his book and see what kind of.
Not only him, the so-called African. They both the ones we went into West Africa. We established kingdoms in West Africa. We was prosperous in West Africa. That's what happened to them. They didn't like it, and that's what they conspired with the Arabs, the so-called white man, to take us down. African was the son of so-called Africa. They knew exactly who they were selling. This is historical fact. I'm not making stuff up. That's the historical sources. This is like what happened. And to the fact now that these fake people in Israel have to admit that the Igbos are Israel. They have to admit that the people came and served slave trade, that some of them were Israelites. They're not going to say every last black person in the slave trade was Israelite. They will say some of them in there were Israelites. They have to admit that. There's too much evidence coming up there. All right, let's go back from Amos then. I want to go ahead and go back. Let's go back to where we was in 2 Samuel. We're about to finish. Yeah, we get the last verse of 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's get verse 19 again.
Okay. Did we do 18?
Come.
Okay. 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 19. And this was yet a small thing in the sight, O Lord God, but thou hast spoken also of thy servant's house for a great while to come.
Right, meaning a future fulfillment. Go ahead.
And is this the manner of a man, O Lord God?
And is this the manner of man, O Lord God? So he's talking about, is this the manner of man that is going to sit on the throne? He understands what he's doing. The manner of man that will sit on the throne is the Son of God. He's saying in the last question. Let's get it. Let's get it. Can we get Jeremiah 33? So the question is asked by David. Listen, and watch what David say here. Jeremiah 33, verse 18 and 19. So we have the question here. We're gonna have a certain response from David. We got Jeremiah 33, verse 18, verse 17 and 18. Go ahead.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 17 and 18. It reads, but thus saith the Lord, David shall never want a man to sit upon the throne of the house of Israel.
See that? David don't want a man to sit on the throne. Right there. He asked the question in Samuel, is this the kind of man going to sit on the throne? Like an earthly man? Then God says, David don't want an earthly man sitting on the throne.
But that's why he asked the question.
Yeah. He said, I don't want an earthly man sitting on the, because he know an earthly man's fallible. He's gonna make mistakes like he was.
Wow.
So God is letting us know David didn't want an earthly man sitting on the throne. Go ahead.
Neither shall the princes, the Levites, priests. Neither shall the priests of the Levites want a man before me to offer burnt offerings.
See that the priest don't want an earthly man neither. That's why Christ accumulates both offices, king and priest, in the order of Melchizedek. Wow. Because the owner of the house don't want an earthly man, neither the priest don't want an earthly man sitting before God, because they're fallible. This is the answer there. So they're gonna get a man that covers both offices and is a spiritual man, a son of God. This is what they both want. And that's to keep the house of Israel intact, in line, because this particular priest / king never died. So he stayed consistent on his throne. There's no death. The next man after him can come up and he can then act crazy and do something and change what the next king did. No more of that.
Like that illegitimate son that tried to sit instead of Solomon.
The righteous king and his son can do some nonsense, then you gotta get him back. Then you have that cycle go back and forth all over the place. This guy right here does not die. He's the Lord.
Hey, I know it's highly unlikable, but do you think David knew anything about that curse of Jeconiah?
It's hard to say, Servant Smith. It's hard. He could have. Because David, Texas David was a prophet.
Right.
He's seen a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? He knew a lot of things. Yeah, it's hard to say, bro. I don't know. Yeah, that's hard to say. The curse of who? Jeconiah. We briefly read it. Jeremiah 22. But we finished with 2 Samuel anyway. We finished with 2 Samuel. So we're going to get Jeremiah chapter 22.
And the reason why I said it, because you brought up a beautiful point. If he didn't want anybody to sit on the throne, I'm like, man, maybe he knew that line gonna be cursed or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a good question. Verse 13.
Let's get right to the point, man. Look at verse 30. This is speaking of the house of David. Like, give me verse 24. Don't give me verse 20. We can find out who this is. Jeremiah 22, verse 24.
Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 24. As I live, said the Lord, all Coniah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, where the signet upon my right hand, Yet would I pluck thee a prince.
Right, so here we have his name as Koniah. His whole name is Jeconiah, right?
Oh, okay.
Jeconiah is his full name,
Okay.
right? The Jah was supposed to be Yah's name, but God removed his name from this dude and just called him Koniah
Wow.
because of what he. We prove it. Oh, where we are. When you start making it up,
Wow.
That's fire.
let me show you this is fact. Then we get the same book, Jeremiah 37 and verse 1. Can we get Jeremiah chapter 30? I think it's 37 and 1. That's what he does. Right? No, that's still Koniah. Let me get it. I'm gonna show you. This is what the text says. Uh-huh. Jeremiah chapter 20. '24 and 1. Jeremiah chapter 24 and 1.
Jeremiah chapter 24 from the top. The Lord shewed me, the Lord shewed me, and behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the temple of the Most High. After that, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah.
Jeconiah. See his name right here? You see God's name on the front of his name?
Okay.
He had carried away Jeconiah.
Yeah.
Right? Carried him away because he's being wicked. Carried away Jeconiah. Go ahead.
The son of
Jehoiakim.
Jehoiakim of Judah.
We just read that in chapter. He was Koniah, the son of Jehoiakim. Right? Hold it. Let's read it. Can we read Jeremiah 22? We can see that's what it says. Jeremiah 22 and verse 24 again. Go ahead, Izar.
Jeremiah chapter 22 and verse what?
24.
24. It reads, as I live, saith the Lord, through Kanai.
Go ahead.
Kanai, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah.
See that? Same person, right? In 24:1, it's called Jeconiah, son of Jehoiakim. God calls him right here, Koniah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah. It is the same person. It's the same father. Who's the king? So I'm mistaken. One place is called Jeconiah, one place God himself called him Koniah. Took his name off this dude because he tripping.
Why is the Jacob?
The J is God's name.
I know.
Yeah. God himself don't call him by his name no more. Let that show you when you start going off against the Most High, he can remove his name off of you.
Yeah, I never seen that one before.
I don't play like that.
And that's still
Yo, that's fire, brother. That's fire.
Because he won't listen to God. This guy's wicked.
like blasphemy against the Holy Ghost.
So if God is removing his name off of a king that's in the King of David's line, something is going to be wrong with the line at that point. He's sticking his name.
Yo, so it's like you know, man, it's like it's like he will take the power away from you, but you can stand in position, but you're really powerless.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So people be looking at your position, but you really ain't got it like that. You just taking up a seat.
That's it. Remove his name.
So in other words, Most High keep you working, but you ain't gonna get no benefits at the end of the day.
Right.
When you don't win off.
Not gonna get it. All right, let's go back to Jeremiah 22. We can drop 24 and 1. So we got the main thing down. Jeremiah 22. Let's get verse 30 now. The last verse in Jeremiah 22. Jeremiah 22, verse 30.
Jeremiah, verse 22. Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 30. And it reads, "Thus said the Lord, write ye this man childless."
That's Koniah. God said, write this man childless. Go ahead.
A man that shall not prosper in his days, for no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David and ruling any more in Judah.
Right. So none of his descendants is going to prosper. One, sitting on the throne of David. Right. And God called this man what? Childless. But he had children. He had children. Let me read it for you. The question becomes, why is God saying label him childless? Because he had children. It wouldn't be accurate. God knows what he's saying.
Right. It wasn't from Israel.
Now let me show you this man had children. Can we get First Chronicles chapter 3?
No.
First Chronicles chapter 3, verse 17 and 18 shows you that Coniah had children. You're gonna answer. You see, these are the questions that these brothers, this nonsense about Christ come through sex, can't answer these questions. They're not paying attention to the text.
There's a lot of detail. Like, how do you get all of this? This is amazing.
I'm paying attention to what I'm reading.
Wow.
They playing games with the book. First Chronicles chapter 3, verse 17 and 18.
I got it. First Chronicles chapter 3, verse 17, 18. It reads, and the son of Jeconiah,
Jeconiah, son of Jeconiah, go ahead.
Ashir, Salathiel, his son. Verse 18, Machairam, also Badiah, and Shenazar, Jecamiah,
right?
Hashemiah, and Anadebiah.
Right. That's all I need.
Okay.
So we see here that this man had sons, right? Or
Yeah.
but God said call him childless.
He had children.
They had enough children. So when you read the book first. So
worthless and useless.
the question becomes, why is God saying this man is childless? Why is God calling him childless? That's the question. Why is God saying count him childless? This is what God is saying in Jeremiah 30 right here. Childless. When you read in the Septuagint, the Septuagint says banished by public proclamation as a man. I'll repeat it again. The Septuagint reads banished by public proclamation as a man. The Hebrew word there, Arirai, stripped, that he was stripped. So as male, he was stripped, listen, as to a male heir for the throne of David. He was stripped of a male heir of the house of David. That line no more is producing
An heir.
an heir on the throne of David. How is Jesus Christ sitting on this throne then if through sex it's been stripped as a male heir at this point?
But Joseph come out of that line.
Right. You have to have a virgin birth at this point. Have to. There is no other way around it. How are you going to factor that back in? Wow. This is God's curse. God don't know what he's doing.
He know what he's doing. And he do say son of David.
Bro, it's almost kind of like when you go back to Abraham, it's almost kind of like Abraham had a son, but he said Isaac was his first son. You see what I'm saying? Like it was a child of the flesh, the other Ishmael. So it's kind of like these dudes trying to force the flesh, like like a fleshly Messiah or something.
God. What they're doing. There is no denying the virgin birth, but all these Old Testament stuff, it has to be one. There is no way around it. It all adds up to a virgin birth. I don't know what these guys think they're talking about, right?
What is their comeback like if you bring this out on them with the virgin birth? What do they say?
Nothing. They're quiet. This is new information to them. They don't know what
Okay.
new information to them. Yeah, they was not teaching this at the One West. All of this that I'm bringing up.
So do you think like the cats like Cesaria, you think they heard this verse before and they still continue to push it?
They never heard it the way I'm giving them the build up on it. They heard it another way. They think that the throne was actually the republic in Zerubbabel.
Oh man.
They think God moved the curse when the time of Zerubbabel, and Zerubbabel was now sitting back. Elizabeth sits back on the throne of David, and I'm like, sure.
And what's that? Queen Elizabeth was supposed to have got certain Jews and certain stuff from Solomon.
Man, Zerubbabel didn't sit on no throne. He was called a governor under subjection. He was sitting on the throne of David. You don't know what they're talking about. False speculation, lie making stuff up, trying to deceive the simple. Is what they're trying to do. They're trying to deceive the simple. Right? And then so here comes Cesaria. I think he's slick. You can watch it in the little thing that we did. He said, man, how was Christ going to sit on the throne of David and ain't no sex? Yeah, I have to be sex. I said, can we read Jeremiah 22 and 30 again? I said, read it. It'll tell you, give you your answer. Read it. You think he's slick? He said, man, gotta be some male heir to the sermon you're talking about. I said, can we read Jeremiah 22 and 30 again? Can you read it again, Tony? The answer is right here. Just what I told him. That's what I told him to read. He got quiet. He couldn't believe it's what it says.
Yeah, that's
He had to pay attention to the text again. I said, read it again, brother. Look, we was right the other time on the page on his screen. I said, Zaria, can you read it again? He's gonna give you your answer. He didn't want to read it.
Wow.
I said, read it again. It's gonna answer your question. We're gonna read it again.
That's that more to come by finish him move right there.
Jeremiah 30.
Jeremiah 22, verse 30, right where you was. Right where you was.
Jeremiah chapter 22, verse 30. And it reads, thus said the Lord, write ye this man childless, a man that shall not prosper in his days, for no man of his seed shall prosper, sitting upon the throne of David and ruling any more in Judah.
I said the text says, no man of his, not no woman. No man of his. Mary's a woman in the lineage. We don't speak of the woman. No man of his. That's it. It says right here. No man of his. But there are women in the line. Don't king have daughters? See, that's what you guys are missing.
And if it's a woman, she still gets firstborn, still gets double blessed.
That goes back to the law.
Passes down.
Right. That's what the Most High did to bring it back. He used the woman's side. Because there's two sides. They can listen, these guys are notorious to try to remove the woman out of everything.
You see how they treat women.
Right. They verbally and physically abuse women. What's wrong with things? When he read it and I pointed out to him, I said to Zara, it says right here, no man. He didn't say nothing about the woman. He couldn't even come back when I told him that. Couldn't say nothing. Because of this question. Yes, sir. Yeah,
I could have sworn I heard them teach when they say man, they also include woman, unless it specifically says otherwise.
it depends what they're talking about. It depends what they're talking about. When it comes, we're talking about here, when it comes to lineage, women don't matter to them.
Right.
It's all about, you know that. It's
Right,
all about
right,
the
right.
fancy. They don't, you know, And this is why these brothers here killed their doctrine. But you can't get back to the throne of David if he had taken the descendant away from the throne from this man's line. How you gonna get back to it if God took it away? Have to have a virgin birth. That's why God was calling him in Samuel, I shall be his father, and he shall be my son. That's why he was saying it to David then. He's no longer going to come out of your line no more, your seed no more. He's gonna come from me.
Bro, so it's almost like, man, they should be applauding the Most High for that beautiful plan, because if he don't do it that way, we done, because we don't have a savior.
Fact. Fact. Ain't no fallible man do what Christ did.
Right.
Moses tried. Let's be clear.
This,
Moses tried. God dismissed him. Remember, he said, kill me. God said, you are blemished stuff.
Right.
You know, man, I can't use you.
Don't follow.
You are born of corruptible seed. Can't use you.
Blood on his hands.
Right. People gonna start pointing the finger at you that you did X, Y, and Z. Right? As they do now, they said Moses murdered an Egyptian. They call Moses a murderer there. They asked him, he's a murderer. Who's gonna point at Christ at? Where's his blemish at? Wait. Waiting for his blemish. He has none. Even if you guys don't know, just recently, Zion Left just wrote a book out. It's called the Messiah Codex Part 2. Just brought a new book. He's a Tanakh only. The Messiah Codex. Who you think he named the Messiah at? Yahweh Shah. Through biblical studies and extra sources outside the Bible, he says the Messiah name is Yahweh Shah. Yeshua. We know who his name is. So how far you think he got to go to find out who this man is? See, he know it's the one in the New Testament, but he's going against his entire little group of Tanakh only. If he comes out and just say, yeah, it's the one in the Bible, that's the Messiah. It's always been the Messiah. That's him. He's at the name, and he says in there, he says, I'm doing this at great controversy to myself and my community, because his whole community is going to turn against him. If he comes out publicly and say Christ Jesus is the Messiah, he's the whole Tanakh only group going to go against it. He's going to have problems. But he's reluctant. The information is telling him that's who it is. So they
won't stand a chance against him because he know too much inside information on them. So it'll be over for them cats.
Once he said it was Yeshua, Yahweh Shah, it was done there. It was done there. Because who else fits it besides him? I'm waiting for that answer. Yes, sir.
And he got pretty good scholarship too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some due diligence when it comes to.
Listen, there is no Tanakh only out there. I think that's top source. I think he's top of the food chain when it comes to Tanakh only out there. No one none of them top source. I'm talking about the Hebrew like community.
Right.
No one Tanakh only wise I know of top source. He's top of the food chain. The top guy is saying it, you really worry about the guy. You can't beat him. The top. If he wasn't the top, then that's different. He's at the top of the food chain. People that don't like Hebrew Israelite respects him. Everything you show the man, he likes a man, they all trash man, except for Zion Lex. He's all right, yeah. And Divine Prosper, they would say, all right, they kind of respect them and vote for them. Yeah, I would consider them. They even give them respect and they don't even like them. So I'll tell you, answer your question. We do the answer on Nathaniel's original question. That's fine. You good? Yeah. Okay. Is there any other questions? Any other questions? Anything that was been brought out, or any questions outside of that? Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Was there corruption before Satan was found with iniquity in heaven?
Was there corruption?
Before Satan was found with iniquity?
I don't know. far as we know, what we have in the text, that's where it started. Before that, I would know. I would know. We don't have an accurate gauge of just how long that's what was going on before that even happened. Yeah. We'll know more once Mashiach shall return. Yeah, we don't have to engage on that. You know, as far as we know, that's where it started. The father of lies. Yeah. But it could be, you know, it could be way before. It could be way before that. You know, it could be millions of years. We don't even know how long. Any other questions? All right. Let me go to my video when I was on Sonata last night. This is what happened. All right, let's play it. I came on Sonata last night because Lex Vortex right here was talking about how Adam was a so-called white man. Right? I'm gonna play my video. This thing is not sure.
Hold on, he said that Adam was a so-called white man?
Yeah. Oh, I am sure. I mean, he went through a whole thing about how basically he was trying to say how Israelites are Hamites and trying to use the Bible. And he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was talking about, what he was doing. You don't know that, but he don't listen. He's reading it, but he don't comprehend what he's reading. He's blind. Let me play here.
I don't get this leprosy from. I understand Cain, like yeah.
Well, he don't believe about he don't see like that. You know, let me play the video. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it now and there. If any questions you guys just cut in, let me know. I'll stop the video.
Oh yeah, bro. That's why Sonetta just looking at you, bro. Sonetta, now you can see that's the same word, right?
Yeah.
He read the same thing. You seen the low degree, the red, to show blood in the face, and then he skips over the part where it said red meant white man and the other black, right?
Right.
Ball game. I'm your master teacher.
You got somebody else up in the building? Peace, brother. What's up, man? What's your name, man?
Hey, Salon. My name is Amaya.
Amaya. I take it that you are Israel.
Yes, sir.
You was on there recently.
That's last night.
And he was on there before.
I was on there before.
And he don't remember me.
Yeah, maybe. I was in the background for a while. So I don't know.
Right. Oh,
Yeah, you got a lot of people on there. You might not remember.
Testament.
Israelite, both testaments.
Oh, you're a Hebrew Israelite.
Yes.
Okay. You got a question for Lex?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't hear the presentation, but I heard you talking about how Adam was a so-called white man, which is a wrong from the Bible. I'm gonna say he's no white man.
The Bible don't say it.
No, you want me to pull it back up?
What about the blue letter when you go into the Hebrew?
I can show my screen and show you out the Bible that he's a black man.
Okay, go ahead, show us.
Show my screen?
Yes, go ahead.
That's
This stuff is hilarious.
Yeah, it's like nobody's seen what you pulled up, but they want to pull up their own shit. So this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I want to see this. Right. Let me know if you can see that, son.
Yeah, you can stretch it, make it bigger. The part what you want to show, the highlight it.
Yeah, verse 26 right here. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26.
Go ahead, read it, brother.
It says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth on the earth. So man was made in the image of God. Meaning, image is your reflection in the mirror. That's your image. That's how you look in the mirror. But this is how God made Adam, right? Or mankind. Right? In the beginning, that's how he made it, right? To look like him is God's image.
So
okay?
God is like a man.
Yes. Man, you already he made
Now
it in his image.
Now you do know God made a white man too, right? In his image.
Yeah, but we're talking about Adam right now, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you say man,
God also made a white man in his image, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We'll pause it, right? So you think he got me?
You
made a white
said
man in
yes.
his image. He is made in his image.
Yeah.
He got one head, 2 arms, the body. God has that.
Right.
That's his image.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But that's why I said, but we're talking about Adam right now.
Right.
We ain't got to the so-called white man yet. Right? Once I get to him, I'm gonna bring out the leprosy and everything else. You know what I'm saying? And show differences as well. But you can't say you don't have no image of God. You be lying.
Right.
Because you look like a man.
Right.
Does he not? That's why I said yes.
Yeah.
But he thinking he got me. But I'm like, okay, that's why I said, but we're talking about Adam right now.
Okay.
Let's stay on point. Let's stay on point talking about Adam, right?
But I got right. But wait, I got you. But I'm wondering, when we're talking about the first man, Adam, in Genesis, that's what we're speaking of right now, right? So the first man was made in God's image, according to his likeness, after our likeness, okay, after his likeness, okay? Now I want to go here to Deuteronomy chapter 7.
Now according to the wrong scripture, again, you see that right there? I want to stop and point it out to you that when you're in battle against someone like Lex Vortex or people like that, you're fighting a spiritual battle. And what happens is that the spirit on their side, he's doing his thing. He's doing a thing against you. So what would happen with you, you will call a verse out incorrectly, even though that's not what you really want to call out. While you in the battle, you will call a verse out that's wrong, which you mean something else. I'm going to call the verse correctly, but as you can see right here, you hear me say Deuteronomy, but I'm not going to Deuteronomy because I'm in a spiritual battle, and the demons on his side are doing it because they know where I'm going to come with it, and they're doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And they doing their thing, right? This is how it always happens. God allowed them to do their thing at first, but then God comes in behind you and you can correct it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. I'm showing you that's what happens. That's why when you're in the battle, you got to keep going. And you got to lock into what you're saying you're doing.
I mean, it's so beautiful you brought it out because I think it's important for us to know the battle not even ours because we ain't fighting them demons. It's the Most High Spirit fighting through us. We just got to be obedient. You know what I mean? So I think that's a beautiful thing you bringing out because he just using you like a mouthpiece right now.
Right.
So that's a beautiful stuff.
I'm going to show you it's going to happen to you. You're going to call a verse out wrong. It's going to happen, right? You're not going to have a flawless argument, right? If you much out there, I was shot here, you would. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have it, you know,
Yeah, you got
right, we'll make a mistake. Come.
It says, and I beheld that the thrones were cast down, and Ancient of Days did sit. This is God. It says, whose garments was white as snow, and his hair, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. But God has woolly hair. So the first man, Adam, would have woolly hair. So-called white people don't have woolly hair. Adam had woolly hair according to this verse right here.
No.
Yes,
according to what verse? What does it say? Read that again.
It says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. This is God, whose garments was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. God got woolly hair. That's how he made Adam in his image.
What scripture is that?
Here. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 9.
You got to call the verse correct. You got to call it correct.
I knew you was there too. Okay.
Well, listen, right now, I'm turned up right now. I'm
I'm
a little later.
ready to
I'm gonna come
go.
down a little bit, but right now, I'm on 100 right now.
You are?
Yeah, I'm on 100 right now. I'll be yelling. I'm on 100 right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna calm down. I'm tired of this guy. You know what I'm saying? Lying on the text of the Bible. Yeah.
If Adam got woolly hair, how was he a so-called white man?
I'll show you. Go to Revelation, pull up Revelation 2 and 9, sir.
What?
Here we go. Right now. Cause you're here right now.
No, I'm not, bro. That's not even.
According to the Bible, you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You made that up.
Well, how did I make it up? I didn't make nothing up.
All right, because
You
your
said you got
doctrine,
woolly hair.
the Hebrews been teaching that nonsense for years. Now let's go to Revelation 2
You
and
can't
9.
review it. You can't review it.
I'm about.
Why is he going to Revelation 2 and 9?
So you don't know where you want to go.
Okay.
He's going to the wrong verse.
Okay. Go ahead.
I already know where he's going. I'm like 2 and 9. Let's go read that.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, go
Watch
ahead.
what he said.
Okay.
Watch what he said. Like I said, he don't know about it.
I'll see, right.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, you know, Yahweh Shai description.
He wants to go there, but he's pulling the wrong verses.
Yeah,
So I'm like, okay, let's go there. I know where you want to go.
Yeah, right. You put it wrong. Yeah,
Listen, he's claiming to know the Bible.
Right.
And I'm saying to yourself, you don't know the Bible.
Right now, brother.
Hey, yo, so now y'all confusing him.
He confusing himself. He thinks he's slick.
Right.
You know, he's confusing himself.
Where's it at? That's not it.
See, my screen isn't sharing, so I'm not even sharing my screen. Wow. But I switched to it. He's gonna do it right now, but I switched to it to the screen. But so I didn't switch the screen and change. It's gonna show right now.
Oh, Revelation 2 and 9. Oh, it might be 3 and 9.
Is it 2 and 9? It's 2 and 9 right here.
It's not sharing, bro. So get it. Unshare that and then reshare your screen.
Okay, all right, let me unshare it. Let me go back, I'll share it again. Because you don't know the Bible. That's one thing you don't.
Okay, brother. I know this upsets you, but it's gonna be all right.
Not upset.
Who? I was supposed to debate him twice.
Oh, that's the guy you told me. Yeah, I remember.
The last time I was going to debate him, he quit to leave.
Okay.
That's when I was going to debate him again.
But that was with the solar business, right?
Yeah, that was the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
I just could be wrong just now. Why would I be upset? Why would I be upset?
You're gonna see.
There it is.
Can you see that?
That's 2 and 9.
Right.
Yeah. You know it might be 3 and 9. I'm sorry.
I told you, you don't know the Bible.
Rocky, brother, 3 and 9.
We're gonna find out if I know or not.
Okay. He's wrong just now. He was 2 and 9, so he was wrong there.
Well, that means I don't know because I made a mistake.
I know.
2 and 9 neither.
I know that already.
Rocky all the time.
Go ahead, bro.
They make mistakes all the time, brother.
Go ahead, bro.
Let me get it myself. I can't see.
I already know that's right.
I'm
We all know this scripture. That's not
Yeah, none of that. That's why I'm listening to him like he don't know the. That's why you don't know the Bible. Now you gotta go get it myself.
Right now they're just trying to root on anybody going against the Hebrew.
That's it.
Especially when they see you know your stuff
Right.
in the Hebrew.
Right. All you do is ask me. I don't told him where it was because I'm not running from that. You know what I'm saying?
show you
I know
something.
what scriptures you're looking for too.
You know what I'm looking for,
You're
son.
looking for where he said his hair and his head were white.
Yeah, exactly.
It don't just say his hair. Hold up, brother, hold up. It don't just say his hair. It says his head, and it goes on to say and his hair. So right there, he's talking about 2 different things. His head and his hair were white like wool.
It is not that right.
Yeah, it doesn't say that.
How's that making any sense? You're saying you're dealing with whatever his head material is. You call it that.
Salakia.
What did you? Both of them is not white.
Right.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Hey man, but that's how ignorant people try to be though. Like, bro, like he know exactly what that terminology meant. They not dumb. They know how to. They knew what the scripture was saying because as soon as you keep reading, it say that his feet was dark like bronze as if it burned.
Right.
So well, come on, man, common sense. So my head is gonna be white, but my feet gonna be
black, bronze.
I got alopecia.
You got
Well, a gay go.
Well, a lie go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. That ain't man. They stupid, bro.
You don't know the Bible. Y'all don't know the Bible, bro.
We saying strike that, let me see his hair.
Listen, but he's reading Christ, and I went and I read God or Godhood.
Right.
We're talking about Adam and God.
Right.
We ain't talking about Christ. He's gonna read. So I know what he's saying. I said, why would you read Christ? And I'm going to how God knows. God had more than him.
Right.
I'm thinking he's gonna go ahead and show where God knows God doesn't. He
Right.
goes and thinks the Son of God.
Right.
He thinks he's slick, right?
Right.
So I'm listening to him.
Okay.
So when it say his head, and then it go on to say, and now he's getting ready to tell you what else. You see? His head and his hair.
It's actually, I'm sorry.
Israelites do. Y'all Israelites always say, look, he said his hair was like wool. No, that's not what it said. It said his head.
Yeah. It's actually Revelation 1 and 14, 1 and 13 and 14.
Yeah,
So
that's it right here.
So I don't know. Listen, so he don't know a lick of the Bible.
Right here, you know.
Or lick of Kemet.
Right.
Neither.
Yeah.
He ain't versed in absolutely nothing.
Right.
We're talking a whole bunch of foolishness.
He just conscious.
Right, he acting like he's a scholar when it comes to the Bible.
Nah, he just conscious. He don't act like a scholar. He just say, "Hey, brother, I know the Bible from growing up in church, and then I know African dialect from his little research that he's done." But he ain't. He just think he's a woke brother. That's all. He feel like what you call it. He's a supernatural. I think that's what they is. So one of them supernatural brothers. You know what I'm talking about? I feel like the universe, the people who believe in the universe and energy and power and stuff like that, that's him.
Jim should have been to the bed or something.
He just a lost brother. That's all Saletta is. Lost brother. My man, it gets worse, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Hold it up, son, and I'm gonna teach you something about the Bible.
Uh-oh. What? You're gonna be learning today.
I'm your teacher.
You want me to do it? You gonna do? You say you gonna do it just by yourself?
Now I want you to do it so you can see it for yourself and live. Right? You thought you had a bomb. Thought you had a bomb. It wasn't that. Like, bro, that was so weak.
You just got to saying you're gonna do it just now.
All right, I'll share it. All right, I'll do it since you're scared.
Bro, what's he gonna do, man?
Man, why, bro? I didn't. Okay, here it is right here.
Okay.
Here it is right here.
Let's see it.
Bro, I'm a master with this, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yo, is this guy for real, bro? This is crazy.
Yeah, he trying
I'm a master.
talking about.
Y'all know we the people, man. We some cocky, ignorant people, boy. Oh, golly.
I'm like, you might teach. I'm like, yeah, right.
Use your push-ups.
Okay, his head and his hair is the white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire. So you read that as if this is just dealing with texture.
But is that dealing with texture?
No, but you read that, not him.
He said what I read like was only dealing with texture.
Right.
It's dealing with texture.
Right.
Wool is texture.
Yeah.
It's really more dealing with color, and it said his head and his hair. So what is his head doing white?
It is like Emmanuel said. He don't know the Bible. Why would you, if you know what the verse says, you would never say that his head is white because it says his foot is black. Yeah. You would never say that.
Right.
So he doesn't know what he's talking about. So I'm listening like, man.
Hey, but Salakia, check this out though. Check this out though. The palm of my hand is not the same color as the back of my hand. The back of my hand is the same color in the context of my skin, right?
Yeah.
So can I say I'm white because the palm of my hands and the palm of my feet is white?
No, I'm saying your head, which is exposed to the light.
No, Khan, I understand what you're saying though. I'm just saying this is how simple-minded these brothers is.
Huh.
You could tell the brother, look at your hand. Now, is your hand black, or is it the same color as the rest of your skin? And they gonna say, yeah. Ask him to flip his hand over though.
But my question would be, just on a natural level, when a white man dies, he turns black. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
They
bro,
turn gray and
he
blue.
said we all cover white people. This dude crazy, man. I never heard that one before though.
White people, gray
I
and
don't even
blue.
think the white people say that.
He not making no sense. I'm he not making no sense, bro. I gotta listen to him out and hear that he not making no sense, bro.
And how was his eyes a flame of fire and his feet like in the burned brass that they burnt in the front? This is not even, bro, let me teach you something. This is not even dealing, this is more of a symbolic spiritual thing. There's nobody's eyes are a flame of fire, bro. And his head in wool, white snow represents purity. Okay, that's why it says white like wool, as white as snow, because that represents purity.
No, isn't a wool texture? Yeah. It says the head, his head, and his hairs were white like wool.
What's symbolic about that?
So what John is describing? John see hair on his head, right? It says his head and his head and his hair, right? So every hair on his head, that would be his head and on his eyebrows, right? And even going off his mustache. All on his head, everything on his head.
Right.
It says the hair, his head, and his hairs. That means every hair on his head.
Oh, eyes are looking.
Were white like wool. So you can only compare something that you see to what you have knowledge of. He have knowledge of wool, right? White woolly hair. So he's saying when I look at his head and the heads on his hair, it reminds me of white wool. That's what he's saying. White wool. That's why John is saying that. The heads on his hair were like white wool. Like is a comparison of two different things. I'm comparing what I see on his head to white wool. This is how he looks.
Yeah, but I mean, when you read it like that, like it looks like he's saying like his hair is the color of wool, like wool. It looks like it's saying, but I mean, I understand what like Emmanuel's saying is like when you go down to the feet, it's like that disregards like like.
Yeah, but come.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but listen. The text is saying his head and his hair. Right. So that's saying it's the hair on his head.
I got that
his head. You're right, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's pale face.
Right.
And then when you read that Genesis, the prophecy, Genesis 49, 10 through 12, it deals with the eyes. And why he's saying it's fire, red like fire. Because the scripture says eyes is red like wine.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
So like, can I just ask you this? Why you just didn't go to Genesis 2?
No, you'll see why right now. I'll tell you why. You'll see why. I had more to bring up, but he won't let me bring the rest of it up.
Wow.
Why?
Oh, yeah. Neither Samantha,
Yeah. No, he won't let me bring it up.
And his feet were unto fine brass, they burnt in a furnace. If you read other translations, you'll see it literally, it's almost like his feet are on fire and his voice the sound of many waters. So this is symbolic, bro. Because if you go on, it says he has 7 stars in his right hand and the sharp two-edged sword came out of his mouth. This is all symbolism, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with just saying, oh, this is what a man looked like. You don't know the Bible. Man, yo, come to my class, sir.
Brother, that, first of all, that's Jesus Christ that's talking about, not the Most High. What I read in Daniel was speaking of God himself, not Jesus Christ. What you're reading there, that's of Jesus Christ. See, you don't know the Bible, brother.
Hold on, so is he not the image, the express image of the Father?
I'm pointing out that you are describing a
yeah, see, you see I just killed him again, son.
You ain't killed me. Get accurate. Listen, pull up how God look in the Bible, brother. Do that. Right.
Man, you just killed him right there. He just answered his own question. He just asked you, did you say that he is the image of the Father? So if you believe he's the image of the Father, first off, you believe he has a body, and you just read the description of him. Right. You big dummy. Come on, man. Be smart, bro. He ain't even listening, man. Boys be in the heat of their argument and don't even be paying attention to what they be saying or acknowledging or what. Bro, you just literally said that the Most High don't got, they was trying to mock you and say the Most High don't have a body. Then you brought up Daniel. Then he goes and gives a description of a Mashiach Yahweh Shah, and then asks you, is this not the image, bro?
I see what you
Slap yourself, bro. You know, then one of them brothers, you just, hey, bro, slap yourself, bro. Don't nobody need to even touch him. He need to slap himself.
Come.
I was gonna say a couple weeks ago with the barbers over here, he was talking about talking about like the other guy, fake. He sound very confident, but you were saying that's like a style they do it. So like it looked like that. That's like a style that he has. Like,
Yeah.
You get in your head. Like, oh yeah, like yeah. They say, you don't know. I need to teach you.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah.
He's a tactic they're trying to use.
Right. It's tactic. Okay.
But I'm trying to explain to him, brother, what I read about Adam, the first man, and I read about God. Right? Because God said, let us make man in our image, our likeness. So now, if we go a scripture how God looks, we can kind of understand how God made Adam. Right? That's what I did. Right. What he did was he went to the Son of God. Mm-hmm. I'm telling him, listen, you reading Jesus Christ. I said, I read God to you. Once you read how God looked in the Bible, get on point. You going off point a little bit here. Mm-hmm. We're dealing with God and Adam right now. Not Christ, God and Adam right now.
But does he believe that Christ is the Most High?
He believes he's an image, just as different. Isn't he the express image of God? All right, that's what he just trying to say. Right? Here's my comeback. I'm a little bit turned up. I'm gonna come back a little bit later.
Do I have to pull up the scripture which said he is the express image of the Father?
Can you pull up how God looked in the Bible?
Yes, just like Jesus, bro.
Who that, bro?
Nah, you failed, bro. You got anything else, bro?
Anyway, yeah, I got more stuff. I got some more stuff. Because you.
Y'all say I got some more stuff. I was gonna do if I wrote the rest of it out, it's been done that.
Mm-hmm. You don't know the Bible, bro. Stop it. You don't know the Bible, brother.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. He gonna pull up Jesus Christ. They're gonna try to say, okay, Christ look like God now. So if Christ looked this way, that must mean how God look the same way again. When I pulled Adam for him and I pulled God for him, I'm on point. He pulling someone different. He pulling Jesus Christ. I'm pulling God.
All right. You know what? I didn't want to do it to you. Since you're gonna be slick. Hold on, bro. No, it don't matter. This is my show. Calm down, bro.
Yeah, I was saying I wasn't done yet. He told me, do you have any more? I said yes. Right? So now I was telling him this, but I wasn't done yet. He told me to go ahead and go because I got more. Now he's saying it's my show, cut me off. It's his show, I have to fall back. It's his show, right? So I'm gonna fall back.
Yo, he's so prideful, bro. This guy say I didn't want to do it to you, and he's totally wrong in what he's talking about.
Right. Listen. Watch what he do now.
Okay.
Watch what he do now.
Man.
Watch what he do now. I didn't want to do it to you. Watch what he do for himself.
Crazy dog.
This is talking about Noah, bro. So was he made in the image of God? Because let's read about him. And after some days, my son Methuselah took a wife from his son.
Is he in the book of Enoch?
Yes.
Okay.
He did it to himself. You hear me say, you don't know the Bible. The Bible. I'm gonna say it again to him. What?
Amen. And she became pregnant by him and bore a son. And his body was white as snow, and red and as blooming of a rose. And the head of his hair and his long locks were white as wool, and his eyes beautiful. So that shows you the same thing. So what are you talking about, bro?
Brother, that's not Genesis, brother. Stop it, bro. Stop being slick, bro. That ain't Genesis.
What? What are you talking about?
Is that Genesis? Yes or no?
It's the book of Enoch, sir.
Okay, so it's not Genesis. So you're not in the Bible anymore, then, right? You're outside. Stay in the Bible. I know you don't know the Bible, bro. Stay in the Bible. You don't know the Bible, bro.
Look at find that. Dirty.
Got him.
Dirty. He know you right.
Got him.
I said, you don't know the Bible. Stay in the Bible. Listen, don't let them take you out the Bible. Okay. So he be trying to go to Enoch. Don't let them do it to you. Mm-hmm. Keep them in what you know. Because when you're in the Bible, they can't refute you. They can't. Mm-hmm. If you go outside the Bible now, that's when you can get trapped up. Right. What am I saying? In the Bible. In my comfort zone, what I know. Right. See what I'm saying? Go ahead, Tony.
Wasn't that a lie that was still why I think the calendar date being 360 and then that lie right there?
Yes.
'Cause that's why I didn't make the book. So he gonna go to the lie out of Enoch book to try to
The actual real lie.
Look, you try to play ignorant and say that's the Bible. What are you talking about?
You're right.
What are you talking about? You know that ain't the Bible.
Hey, but then you got to go back and ask these conscious brothers, what white person has ever made black babies? That's what you got to ask them. But you can ask him what black people have made white babies, and I guarantee you they give you a million names.
Right.
You know what's sad and dangerous, bro? Imagine how many people that don't know the Bible who would listen to this dude and think he reading in Genesis.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah. If you don't pull his card, he ain't gonna say, "No, I'm not in."
And when it's not just you, like.
I knew it was a Genesis when I saw it. Stop being slick.
Right.
I said that ain't the Bible.
And look at Sinetta
Sinetta laughing. He thought he had.
Hey, yeah, look at that do it. I think he knew this dude was off, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he knew he was like, yeah, he got you, man.
And you know that look too. I remember you, man. I remember you.
Look, the brother X2 looking away like, oh my God. Brother X looking like, wow.
With the shame face though.
Like, yeah. You got the nerve trying to put a little weak move on me. But I'm not a novice, bro. Come on with something better than that. But hey, he gets worse.
And this dude's so cocky, bro. It's unbelievable. Come to my class. I'm your master teacher. Right. Yo, this is unbelievable, bro. It's crazy.
He ain't even going off the word.
He said he gonna teach me. So far, he hasn't taught anything yet.
Right. Stay in there. So, do you know the book of Enoch is
we dealing with the Bible right now. Can we stay in the Bible?
Which one are you dealing with? It's in the Ethiopian Bible.
Bible. Are you outside the Bible? Stay in the Bible, bro.
All right. So you see what I'm saying, bro? You're remedial, bro. Honestly,
that's why I say you don't know the Bible. I keep saying that you don't know the
bro,
Bible.
Do you?
I keep telling them you don't know the Bible. The Bible. Prove it out the Bible. Because use it according to the Bible. Adam is a so-called white man. Show it in the Bible. Why are you in the book of Enoch?
Right. Right. And if one, the book of Enoch says Noah is. Right. You're saying Adam is.
Right.
So where?
Hold on. It don't even say that in the book of Enoch. Y'all keep listen. The book of Enoch, it do say that. Salaki, it do say that. But they still missing the interpretation. It says he had a glow. It didn't say he was pale. You see what I'm saying? Or albino. It said he had some kind of an alien-like glow, some kind of supernatural glow about his body. That's all it said. But still, then you got to go back to, well, how did he have 3 kids that was black?
Right. Right.
If he white, what white man has ever in history had 3 black babies? Tell me now. Noah will be the first, and this will be the first time I've ever heard that. Coming out the book of Enoch. I ain't even read that.
Yeah, but you can see, man. Con, what he's saying is correct, man. You can see, he has to go outside the Bible because he can't prove what he's saying inside the Bible. And that's why I keep telling him, you don't know the Bible. Right. Because he trying to come off like, I know the Bible better than Hebrew Israelites. Right. Come let me teach you the Bible. Right. And I'm showing them you don't know the Bible. Yeah. But he listen, he gets worse. I'm start chopping him up like you think he's great.
Bible, the Bible. All right, hold on, slow down, brother. Slow down. Which Bible are you talking about?
Come on now. You see that?
There we go. Semantics.
I say stay in the singular. You don't know the Bible, singular. Stay in the Bible, singular. He asked me which Bible, singular, not which Bibles. He said which Bible, singular.
King James Bible.
That's the only one?
See that? That's semantic.
Hey, here we go with the semantics now, bro.
See that? He can't deal with the King James Bible. Bible. He has to go get another translation to try to twist stuff up. By keeping the King James Bible, done.
You should have hit him with that for all the
Done,
scholars, though.
done, done.
The scholars say in King James.
Because I'm saying, I'm showing you the tactics of people when they know you got them. Is that the only one? Because they know I can't deal with you with that version of the Bible. So,
Not only that, you know, they really don't, bro. You know that's the Bible he had. That book of Enoch, Ethiopian Bible, he ain't got that Bible. You know, he had the book of Enoch. He just like we got the red book Apocrypha with our King James Version Bible. That's what he got, bro, with the book of Enoch, bro. Right. So he knew that. That's why he was saying that, bro. If he's a Christian, right?
No, he's a
Is he atheist?
no, he's not an atheist. He comes up from the dark side.
That's, I mean, yeah.
He's a dark side character that he believes in a conscious being, but he's not going to say he's God of the Bible.
Oh, okay, that's what that is. Okay.
But he
so then why is he trying to say what Adam looked like after the Bible if he don't even
see the Bible? That's why.
Yeah, because that don't even make no sense, bro. Why you gonna try to use something, bro, to prove something? Man, you on the dark side, first off. Bro, these people, boy, they be on unconscious, on woke, bro. You be confusing yourself with your weird names, bro. What he must got a thing of kryptonite.
Look, listen, these guys always turn themselves. Look at his name. It's Lex Vortex, the bad guy. You see right
Lex, yeah, so he got Lex Vortex. So he Star Wars and Superman, huh?
How are you the bad guy?
He Star Wars and Superman.
Contradiction.
He don't know the Bible.
The bad guy teaches lies, does he not?
Yeah.
Because he's the bad guy.
Facts.
He's the good guy. Oh, I listen to you.
He went to the book of Enoch. It tell you what Noah looked like in the Bible. Why he just didn't go to the Bible? That's how simple that is. How come you didn't go to the Bible and say what Noah looked like in? That's in the Bible.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not semantics. I can answer that question.
No, that's a good question, though, brother. He's asking you why it always got to be King James Bible. But go ahead, Revelation.
Yeah. He asked which Bible singular. I answered with one Bible singular. I never said it only had to be the King James Bible. I never said that. Did I?
No, yeah.
But you adding stuff now, pinning a picture like I paint something different. I can say King James Bible. What does it matter which Bible? You don't. As a matter of fact, he doesn't know any version. I mean, he doesn't know. So let him use it.
Brothers in the building.
All right, so this buddy gonna ask me a question. Again, I didn't get a chance to answer his question because cut me off. I want to try to answer it today.
Okay.
Go ahead, Revelation. You there, Revelation? All right, you froze up. Let the brother keep going.
Okay, let me keep going.
He said, let the brother keep going. He said, let me keep going. I'm about to go ahead and finish him off. Because I just started with 2 scriptures. He wouldn't let me finish. I was ready for him.
Explain, all right, one more thing before you go. Explain David having goat's hair, bro. Was David made in the image of God? Why are they using goat's hair to imitate David?
They're not using no goat hair to imitate David. They use goat hair to put something to look like that he was there. They're not using that to imitate David. That doesn't make any sense.
Did you hear what he just said, Sonetta?
Yeah.
He said they're just using goat's hair to make it look like he was there, but it's not to imitate. That don't even make.
I said they put something there. Put something there to make it look like he was David is what I said. I'm gonna clarify. I never said what he said. He's lying. If I can play it back, they put something there to make it look like he was David was not responsible. Right? Play it back and hear it again. Hear it again.
Explain David having goat's hair, bro. Was David made in the image of God? Why are they using goat's hair to imitate David?
not using no goat hair to imitate David. They use goat hair to put something to look like that he was there. They're not using that to imitate David.
Goat hair to
That doesn't
put
make any
something
sense.
there to
Did you
look
hear what
like
he
that.
just said, Simon?
I'm a blessed player.
He said they're just using ghost hair to make it look like he was there, but it's not to imitate. If what do you? That don't even make no sense. If I'm trying,
that's the stuffing that you put you put something inside of some kind of cloth or something to cover up. It can look like someone is there. They just decided to use goat hair as the stuff that they're filling on the inside. What they're doing to cover it up.
no.
So I'm saying the goat hair, what they stuffed the covering with. Whatever the outside of they put, they stuffed it with goat hair. It's the stuffing. It's what they put on the inside of what it is. That's what they was doing. What it says. Now again, I can go into that with him and show you again the goat hair that we're talking about. There is actually woolly looking type goat hair, not stringy. There's a few kind of goat hair. There's something that's woolly and there's something that's stringy. I can go there with him and he'll lose that too as well. But I'm like, man, that ain't even worth me trying to go over that. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I wanted to go with my presentation, right? But he kept cutting me off with this nonsense. But here comes his brother back.
Goat hair was they put it on thing, and so when you see his hair, you would think a person was there, bro. Why would you use goat's hair if he didn't have hair like a goat?
Yo, let me get at it, man.
That's all speculation.
Can I?
All right, hold on. Let me let my brother in here, man. Revelation X, go ahead, brother.
Thank you, son. Blessed Sabbath to everybody. Lex Vortex, peace and blessings to you, King. And to my Hebrew Israelite brother, how you doing, sir? You okay?
Shalom, brother.
Shalom, sir. All right. Well, I have a question for you because you're saying that God, He will be here.
Okay, now I read where Daniel said that's what he saw. Be clear. See, and then what they do is they're trying to say that Jesus said, I always say, no. The prophet Daniel, this is what he reported. That's how you back them up, because they try to make it personal and say that you saying that. And I never wrote that, so I never said that. The prophet Daniel did. The problem is going to be with who? The prophet Daniel. You have a problem with God. You have a problem with ultimate.
Dark skin and all of this, right? But I'm seeing here in 1 Corinthians.
Can we get that? 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50.
15 verse 50.
15 verse 50. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50 is what he's calling out. This is his question to you. 1 Corinthians chapter.
Hey, Salakia, why you bringing that out? Why y'all was on the topic of David, why you didn't bring out Jeremiah's the son of David, Solomon, when he say I'm black as I'm black and I'm comely. I mean, I'm black and I look good. You know what I mean?
We try to say how that doesn't mean that. You know what I mean? It's a whole. Like I said, it's gonna take a long time to cover everything that this guy is gonna brought out. I just want to touch on the item thing, real quick.
So we know that he from the tribe of Judah, right?
Of course.
So if he from the tribe of Judah and Solomon from the tribe of Judah, there's another scripture that says Judah is black as the earth.
Again, he's going to say that the verse don't say that.
Well, Genesis says that he created Adam out of the dust of the earth. And I would have asked Sarnetta, man, what color is the dirt of the earth, Sarnetta? Right. Don't it come in your complexion? And don't it come in all kind of complexions? They got red dirt, he got white dirt, he got brown dirt, he got black mud looking dirt, he got all kind of dirt. Yellow dirt, orange dirt.
Okay, who has that?
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 50, it reads, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
I guess the verse is going to pull this question, okay? But he's saying that, well, you're saying that God is has woolly hair, he's a black man, right? So he's going to this verse. He's going to the verse to say that how that a physical being like me and you can't go to the heaven where God is.
Right.
So in other words, God couldn't look like a black man
Right.
because flesh and blood can't go to that part.
Right.
Okay.
So he's trying to say that spirit you can't really see like
Spirit don't have color like me and you do.
and they don't have an image.
Right, right. Well, he's talking about a color. Because I'm saying that he's,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
he's a black man that has a wood hair.
Right.
So he's saying, well, that's flesh. God don't have that color like that.
Okay.
This is what you show you the verse for. Again, I didn't have a chance to answer the brother's question because Lex don't cut me off.
It says, I declare to you, brothers and sisters, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, nor does the perishable inherit the imperishable. Now, if flesh and blood does not inherit the kingdom of God, and we also know that God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Can you explain to me how is it that physical people that are given to him? Are you telling me that God is a man and he is in heaven?
Right? You heard his question.
Okay.
He said, basically, what I'm doing, I'm giving God physical features.
Right.
Like color.
Right.
So in other words, a spirit don't have color.
Right.
According to him. Spirit don't have no color. Right? This is just understanding of the text of the Bible that spirits don't have color. Which is a lie. Spirits do have color. Right? We don't read out the Bible. We can be clear and get this done. Because I don't know what, I mean, if God didn't have any kind of color, why with Adam, why would you have so-called black people, so-called white people, different color people? Where is stuff coming from, right? Now we already just, no matter if I we're gonna really just let's get to Revelation chapter 1, verse 13. Let's read about Christ first. You got to throw that much. Sorry. I'm sorry. Can we get that in verse 13 down?
Oh, Revelation
Chapter 1, verse 13. We're going to read all the way down at verse 15. Go ahead.
And in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one unlike the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So this is Christ in his spiritual form. This is not how he dressed when he was walking the earth. We know what he wore when he was walking on the earth, right? He said he had fringes on here. He said he had a garment without seam.
Right.
Seamless garment he had on there. He didn't have no golden cap with a golden girdle. He wasn't wearing no golden girdle when
Right.
he was
Right. Right.
He had a seamless garment on, right? So we see him here in the midst of seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment where down to the foot, and girded about the pap, which is midsection,
Right.
with a golden girdle. Right? This is in the spiritual form. Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right? So we have that. So the hairs on his head was you comparing it, and it was white like wool. Like means you're comparing two things. The hair on his head is the one thing, and the wool. Right? White like wool. So the hair on his head, as he's seen it, was one white, and it looked like wool. It says as white as snow. So he's saying it's completely pure white on his head. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. What do you say?
No salt and pepper, just pure salt.
Pure white, right. All right, go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace.
So we see that he described his feet look like fine brass. That's clearly not so-called white. Clearly not that. Fine brass is not white.
No, a white man with burned black skin.
Right. Solita was saying that his head was white.
Right.
And how is his feet fine brass? It made no sense. He says, as they burned in the furnace, meaning they were dark.
Right.
So there's no way. again, this is Christ in his spiritual form. So that what he's saying here is that in Christ's spiritual form, he looks dark.
Yeah.
This is what he's saying in his spiritual form, he looks dark.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to repeat that. This is the spiritual form. But it's coming and use this like this is how Christ looks when he walks the earth. And after he put it in the this is not what Christ is on the earth. You can't use this verse because this is what he's got on the earth. You say it was a black man, this is what he's children. You got to use stuff in context. You use it out of context. Because if someone actually can show me Christ having a glory girdle when you walk in, there's a problem, right? And people would argue all day that Christ died at around 30 years old. I'm gonna say 33. Ain't no one fully agree at 33.
Right.
Everything, eyebrows, fully gray.
Beard.
Right?
What's that?
Everything.
Everything.
Not at 33. Not at 30. So we do all right. I said people argue down the today they'll put that I know. They would say, well, it's 2 years.
But it's not gray. White.
White. But I'm just saying, they're gonna translate that to gray.
Right.
Like if on your beard, they would say that's gray. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how they would translate it. Say white. They would say, oh, you gray. Right.
Okay.
Right. It says, and his eyes was as a flame of fire. Well, the last one is that his voice as the sound of many waters.
I mean, you know, some people like that. I mean, I Jonathan was first like he got very like early age, like gray hair early age. But like, I remember I had a teacher that said he got gray hair like when he was like 20. Yeah, he was really young. He got all white hair. He's like, I've been having hair like this from 20 years old. I'm like, like you know what I'm saying. I mean, it does happen 100%.
Yeah, was he fully gray? I think.
I mean, I don't know how old he was, but he was fully white like I saw him like, but I mean, he might have been like maybe 40 or something like that. He looked really young.
Yeah, I know he was in 30 or 30.
Whole decade.
So they would argue he's trying to use this verse like that when he walked the earth. That's why I don't use it because you're into a whole bunch of arguments using it in a context like that. Yeah, Tony.
So it's just saying that he had basically gray hair at a young age.
What you trying to say? You got white hair. Yeah,
Like white hair at a young age.
Yeah, or fully gray. They would translate white as fully gray. See what they're doing? Is what they would translate it as on a human being.
And was that from the wisdom or
No, I'm saying that this is not how he looked when he walked the earth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What he's saying, they're saying that he looked like he did in Revelation on the earth.
Yeah, but it's not how you. This is not how
How he looked, right?
Off the earth.
Right.
He didn't dress like this. That's not okay. This is out of context. This is what we have. So you have to use things in context. This is the problem. But that's why people would ask you, is that in context? Because they won't say is that in context. And if you say yes, then you be lying. But that's not him on the earth.
Right.
Right. Now what you're doing is you're being deceptive.
Right. Yeah, you are.
That's deception. Because you're not acting.
Right.
All these things are permanent when you're going to be a teacher because all these things are recorded. You're going to say, well, you're telling people how this how I look from this and I look from heaven. You deceive people. It might look like nothing to people, but there's no day might be something. Like look at you be deceptive. Because it's whether you understand it or not, you're not speaking the truth. That would be inaccurate, right? So let's get to more time. Can we get the book of Ezekiel chapter 1? We're going to start at verse 24.
Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 24.
Start at verse 25.
25.
Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 25.
Yes.
And there was a voice from the firmament.
There was a voice from the firmament. That's the dome. Right? The second heaven. Go ahead.
That was over their heads.
That was above their head. Right? Go ahead.
When they stood and had let down their wings.
These are angels that Ezekiel saw that was flying in the sky. And he says he heard a voice from the firmament. That's what the direction of the voice came from the firmament that was above these angels' heads. And when they stood still and let their wings down, he heard a voice on top of their head. Go ahead.
And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne.
Aha. You saw a throne, right? That means that the firmament either opened up or it was clear. You can see
Right.
it. You can see the throne. Right? Go ahead.
As the appearance of a sapphire stone.
He saw the appearance of a sapphire stone. That color. Go ahead.
And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it.
So he saw a man, he saw a man on this throne.
And I'll do real quick, so like sapphire, normally color, the sapphire, real sapphire is the color of blue.
Right. Sapphire. So he saw blue, right?
Mhm.
And he saw, and then on the throne will be a likeness of the appearance of a man. So that means he has a head, a body, two arms, and two feet.
Two legs, yeah.
That's what he said he saw. The appearance of a man. He says above where? Upon it. Upon what? The throne. Sitting on the throne. All right, go ahead.
And I saw as the color of amber.
Wait a minute. He said he saw the color of amber. They make it seem like there's no color in the spirit, that have no color. Why are you seeing amber?
Right.
And I saw the appearance of amber. You know, amber is dark.
Yeah, there's like a brownish color.
Yeah. You saw dark. Go ahead.
As the appearance of fire round about within it.
Round about in it, about the throne, right? Go ahead.
From the appearance of his loins, even upward.
From the appearance, mean from you know his loins is his private going upward, right? Go ahead.
And from the appearance of his loins, even downward.
And going from that way, the other opposite direction, downward. Go ahead.
I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about.
And he had brightness round about. So what he saw from his midsection going up, his midsection going down, fire. He saw the appearance of fire. Right? But you know when you see with the fire, you have fire where some of the fire is blue.
Right, right.
You mentioned the sapphire.
Right.
Well, but it's blue.
Yeah, that's really hot fire, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blue?
Yeah.
That's when you don't want to touch it with blue.
Right.
That's when it's crisp.
Yeah, right.
Extremely hot.
Right.
You saw blue. And you know, there's a little bit of like yellowish in there.
Right.
Reddish in there.
Right.
This is what he's saying you saw.
Right.
So the appearance of the Most High, you saw some blue. He's seen fire.
Right.
The elements in the fire, some of it is blue, some of it is different amber. That's what he's seeing.
Right. I got you.
See color. For the Most High, he's the illuminated. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. Verse 28. As the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain.
So it was the appearance of the rain. So there's a rainbow around the throne as well. Right? Go ahead.
So was the appearance of the brightness round about.
So again, this was around the throne. I mean, clear. What I'm saying is a rainbow, but it's around the throne. It isn't the God himself. This was around the throne. Go ahead.
This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. And when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake.
And that goes over to chapter 2. So this was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Most High that he saw that was upon the throne. Right. Where we saw that. We see color here. Right. Okay. Right. Can we get Hebrews chapter 12? Let's get Hebrews chapter 12.
I mean, but I think the brother was kind of like saying, like, no, I don't think he probably has like issue with the color of the throne, but he's trying to say the spiritual color.
You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you that spirit do have color. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm showing you. Everything I'm reading here is speaking of the spirit. Christ was in the spirit of revelation, right?
Oh yeah, come on.
Dark,
Right.
as the birth in the first.
Right. Come on.
Spirit got color. I'm
Right.
showing you that Christ got color in spiritual form.
Right.
The Most High do in spiritual form. So I'm showing spirits do have color.
Right.
He made it seem like the spirit don't have no color. What he's trying to say, the spirit is like basically like invisible, transparent,
Right.
and see-through.
Right.
And I'm showing you here, no, they're not. These are giving you clear color here, not see-through, right? Can we get Hebrews 12 and 29?
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 29.
Right, look, let's see what I can do. All right, go ahead, Tony.
Hebrews chapter 13, chapter 12, verse 29. And it reads, for our God is a consuming fire.
Are we clear? Our God is a consuming fire. You feel the most out of it. We just read about how that fire is called in blue and different colors. Right. So he's fire. Right? The most out of able to change his molecular structure. You can do that. You can change it into fire. You can change it into something else, whatever you want to. That burning bush. That was an angel. One most I came on the Mount Sinai. When he came on the Mount Sinai. That's all. That's why you can't get close. No one can get close to the Most High. That's why Most High stuff seems like it. No one is like it. No one is like it. Don't come close.
Can't hear you.
Oh, you can hear that? I said the Most High said, who is like me? No one is like the Most High. Can't find no one like him.
So Lucifer tried to duplicate the chain in different formats, like fire, water.
No, he can't do that. He can change human being forms. He lost that. He lost that. When he felt that position of what he had before as a guardian angel. He lost that. He became some of the. So we're going to come to Revelation chapter 4. Revelation chapter 4. We're going to just read 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. But then you can't answer the brother. I know that instruction was to be saying that God still has a color. I'm sure it's still have a color. You have that? We're going to go ahead and read it.
All right. Yeah, Revelation 4, verse 1 and 3. After I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter.
Right, so the voice that he heard talking to him was as a trumpet. You know, a trumpet is loud.
Yes.
Again, this going to tell you just how they talk up there. You can't deal with them with that spiritual level when they talking. It's way too loud.
Right. Nothing feminist about it.
No, nothing.
Here's go.
That's how they talk. All the time.
Soldiers.
Nothing feminine there.
Right.
You can't be no little wimpy. You won't be able to deal with them up there.
Right.
They'll scare you real quick. And he's asking you a question. You be scared. You be shaking. That's how loud they talk.
Wow.
We ain't got nothing to hide. We don't whisper around here.
That's what I'm saying. They talk like men up there, bro.
God.
Who's confident and loud in what they're saying. You can't say, I didn't hear you. You heard me.
They're whispering.
You're not whispering. All right, go ahead.
At verse 2. And immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne.
You know who that is? That's the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper.
Wait, come on now. And him that sat on the throne, when you look upon him, it looked like he was a jasper.
Ain't a jasper a brown stone?
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to pull it out.
I used to know, but I don't remember.
Like a root beer type beer, yeah.
I forgot. I used to know that.
Can I share this little piece right here? You can see it. Share this little piece right here. This E, you can see it on the screen?
I was trying to look on your screen, it was small there too.
You see it over there?
I just, yeah.
So it's E as spits. Probably the foreign origin, jasper.
Right.
A gem, jasper.
Right.
It'll come down. Jasper, the precious stone of various colors.
Okay.
Some are purple, others blue, others green, and others the color of brass.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So it isn't specific which color
Right.
it's on jasper. So it'll be all of these colors, right?
Okay.
So we'll show that. Those are different things. Most likely it's probably going to be like brass.
Right.
Why would I say it's brass?
Right.
Because when you read Christ, it says like Christ people like in color the brass as it burnt in the furnace, right? And the scripture that he put where he's the express image of God. So if Christ is brass, the Most High will probably do the same thing too. Why I'm saying it, right? Because
They were burnt bronze. Burnt bronze, like it was in the furnace fire.
all right, you guys Revelation. I just wanted to show that. I think one of the things you can see what we're dealing with. So read it again, bro.
Okay, verse 3. It says, and he sat upon and he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone.
And a sardine. Look up the sardine, right? And a sardine stone.
Okay.
Let me share that. Right? Sardinos. Right? From the same 4, 5, 5, 6 sardine being implied in a gem, so-called sardine. The sardine is a precious stone of which there are two types. The former is called a immediate, because fresh color, and the latter a shard. Right? That's what he says you're looking at. Okay. You want to get that right there. You can see. Right. Again, what I'm showing here is color. This is the most I look upon. He's a spirit and he has color. The brother is saying that he doesn't have no color, which is wrong. Spirits do have, I'm just showing spirits do have color. Right? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. It says, and he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald.
An emerald. So again, around the throne, there's like a rainbow around the throne, right? That's gonna give you an understanding when God flooded the earth and he said he's gonna put it again. He put a rainbow there as a reminder.
We know emeralds are green.
Right, in the emerald, right? We have that. So I'm showing you there is a diversity of colors when you're coming around the throne and when you look at the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a diversity of things. Again, when you zero on that color of jasper, one of them is saying that it was like grass, like burnt grass. So
Right.
there is some darkness there.
Yeah, right.
Which would be consistent with how he made Adam, which we start going into how he was the dust of the ground.
Right.
We will see that then that's dark.
Not the snow.
Right, not no red earth.
Right.
None of that.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. That's what you know what, I can leave. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
You wanted to show that there was color. We'll go back to the video. Right. What is making he's making a statement like the spirits don't have color, and that's not inaccurate. That's inaccurate. Spirits do have.
So the Bible said God is the spirit. I was in the scripture where the prophet Daniel was describing how God looked. Not his face, because you can't see his face in there, but he was describing, he described his garment as white, and his hair as the pure wool, is what the prophet Daniel was living with.
That don't make no sense, bro. You can't see his face, but you can see his hair and his garments. So, that, man, like, bro, like, yo, bro, just.
Hey, man, you gonna cut me off, bro? Can I finish asking another question, or are you gonna keep cutting me off?
I'm just, yeah, I'm gonna cut you off, my brother, because, like.
See that? I said I was finishing answering the question. You're going to ask me a question. I said, you're going to cut me off. And you said, yeah, I'm going to cut you off. See? I didn't get a chance to go, and what we do right now, I'm going to show them what spirits have color. Right. God himself has color. Christ himself has color in the spirit form. Right. To show it. Yeah. I couldn't do it because he said, it's his show. If he said, I'm going to cut you off, you have to fall back. That's giving respect to the platform. Right. You can't come on there and run your own thing. Again, we have to understand how we operate as Israelites. We got to be in order.
Yeah, come.
And we move it. We can't be out of order. I can't go there and take over, start, going crazy.
Right. Let me show you, brother.
They're gonna say, look at us. They look at us. We out of order. You come on and try to take over the show. He was like all out of order. You have to go through decorum, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to be conscious of how we do it. At first, I was turned up about you don't know the Bible. Then after calm down, calm down. But watch what he said. But anyway, he said that how does it make any sense where you can see his hair, his head, but you can't see his face? This is the question. Now I could have answered the question. I didn't even have to part. We gonna deal with it now. Right. You know what I mean? Let's go back to the Bible. Doesn't know the Bible whatsoever. We're gonna get let's go get First Corinthians.
Don't kill him with the okie doke right here, huh? On my
You know what? Let me not hold up. Go ahead, brother.
I said you was gonna hit him with the okie doke right here, huh?
Listen. That's why he would let me finish.
Right. Hey, how you know the Bible, but you just asked the dumbest question. You can see his hair, you can see his body, and you can see his feet, but you can't see his face. Well, if you know the Bible, you understand. But go ahead, though, man. Let's read the scriptures. So, well, let's enlighten people who say the Bible. Man, people are so silly nowadays. Boy, they just so in the hype.
Exodus 34. Exodus 34, verse 29. Exodus 34, verse 29.
I'll pray. I'll pray. And I just don't. My thing is, I can't believe brothers really be sitting here debating like for hours, like simple, bro. This is so simple. How you like? What is it to argue about?
We dealing with novices who think they know something. Okay, who got that? Exodus chapter 34, and we're going to read verse 29. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 34 and verse 29. And it reads. And it came to pass when Moses came down from the Mount Sinai with the two tables of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses was not that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him.
Moses didn't even know that his face was shining. It was shining when he came down from being up there in the mountain for 40 days, and he came down to 2 days. he didn't even know that his face was glowing while he was talking with them. Okay? I want you to continue to read.
And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him.
Why was they afraid to come nigh him when his face was shining like that?
Because you look like one of the angels. You look like somebody out of heaven now, out of the heavens.
They could no longer see his face. All they saw was a bright light. All they saw was a light there. You see his head and everything else, but the face, why would they be, if your face was just glowing, I could still see your eyes and make out your nose, I wouldn't be afraid of you. But if I can't see it no more, and it's just a light, I'm afraid to approach you. Because why? I'm thinking that if your face is like that, what's going on the rest of you? Right. Are you changing to something? Something's happening to you? Right. I'm afraid to go touch him. He said the children of Israel, when they saw him, they was afraid to go close to him. Now I'm saying, if Moses' face is like that, shining, think of God's face. You're not going to be able to see his face. It's too bright. You don't have the 20, whatever you want to call it, the 100. Right. You know what I'm saying?
The 1-1.
The 1-1 to see that. You know what I'm saying? The 0-0 you can't see that. It's too bright for you. You don't have the lens to focus and see that.
Yeah, you got 20/20, you're going blind out the gate.
You couldn't see that.
Not even Moses seen his face.
Right. All right, go ahead.
31. And Moses called unto them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned unto him, and Moses talked with them.
Go ahead.
And afterward, all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that the Lord had spoken with him in Mount Sinai.
Right. Go ahead. Here we go.
Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face.
Now, why do we have to put a veil on his face?
Shine.
Because his face too bright. Listen, I can't have a conversation. It's like having that, put that light in his face and blinding you. Right. You gotta put your hand up. You gotta put his face is too bright. You gotta cover your face, bro. I can't talk to you too close. You blinding my eyes when I'm looking at you. You gotta veil up, Moses.
Yeah, who else besides a black man would be shining like that?
I'm just saying, if Moses' face is so bright that they put a veil over his face, thinking of God. You could have been able to see his face. You were able to see what's made around him when he got on, but when it comes to this part, you don't see nothing. You're going to just see a bright light. As a matter of fact, you would not even be like looking at his face. Correct. It's too bright.
Yeah,
like looking at the sun, it'll blind you. You won't try to look around it, at the top of it, around the edge of it. What you will try to do, and then you can see, oh, I see the woolly up there, I see the garment, but I would never look directly into his face.
Burn your
He might just want to get blind.
Right. So at nighttime, you like a chandelier.
Oh, shit. Bright. I'm just answering his dumb question about, and that doesn't make no sense. I even see his hair, but I don't see his face. Because you don't know the Bible. You don't know the Bible. You don't know what it says.
It's proven right here.
Yeah. I'm just going back to the video, man, because I ain't need to pull no more on this guy, right? This guy don't know the Bible.
At this point, you gave it a good try. You know what I mean? Salute to you. Amiyan, I know you got some more studying to do. I know you got a lot of faith. You've been deceived, my brother. Like everything you said made no sense, because what the brother said is on point, because how can...
This is what people do when, you know what I'm saying? They say a bunch of stuff, and he's thinking of what he's saying and he's hurting. You know that's bouncing off of me. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds, it's very sporty, and it sounds like a rapper.
Don't forget the bad guy at the bottom.
Oh, the bad guy. That sounds like what is that? His record company.
No, that's him telling on himself.
Bad guy, record.
Yeah, Scarface.
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy.
You need people like that loaded by little friend.
Who can I trust?
Me, that's who.
Me, that's who we trust. Yeah. I don't trust the Bible.
Can he be describing a body and his head and his clothes and all this, and you can't, and God is a spirit, and you can't even go to heaven with flesh and blood. But what they're describing in the book of Revelation is looking at Jesus in heaven on the throne.
See that? They're describing Jesus, they're describing Jesus in heaven sitting on the throne. When was he sitting on the throne? No, that's not when he was sitting on the throne. In the first chapter, he was standing up.
Standing
That's what he said.
on the right hand.
That's what he was at.
And he wasn't in heaven on the throne. He was in the midst of power, wasn't he? I mean, it was
He was in heaven, but he wasn't on the throne.
oh, okay, come on.
You got it all wrong. He said they're describing him. Remember, but then he was saying how that all that's symbolic. So that's literal, all that's symbolic. Okay. But he tried to say the brother was, he said, I'm missing it because the brother asked me a question. The brother, I understand what he was saying, but I just showed him what I was doing first. To bring him up to speed, to understand. Oh, I saw what you started at first. Oh, I see how you come to that conclusion. You know, you gotta start at the beginning and then bring him up to speed. That's what I'm trying to do. But remember, he won't let me finish.
Yeah, he don't want to let you finish because he knows he's wrong.
You try to say, I missed what the brother said. Look, I'm gonna respond to it.
I can answer, keep cutting me off. Ask me.
You don't have the answer, my brother.
How did I know you cut me off and answer the question?
Because it's impossible for you to have an answer.
Wow.
How would you know that? Are you God?
Yes.
Oh, that's the part you was talking about. I thought you meant he just flat out called himself God.
That's what you just got them saying.
Hey,
He said, how would you, he said, it's impossible for you to have an answer.
Right.
I said, how would you know that? Are you God? He said,
yes. Idiot. Oh man, yeah, he gonna go through it. Yeah, he's saying he moves high.
No, he gonna try to spin it and says, what try to, and the brother gonna try to agree with him too, like he acting dumb. He gonna try to agree with him. What?
I'm your God. I'm your teacher.
You heard
Yeah,
it?
brother. I'm your teacher.
Who sound delusional now, G?
Right.
Who sound delusional?
Psalms 82, verse 6. Yeah, all gods shall die like men.
So he go to Psalms 82. He's trying to quote it, but you are God, but you shall die like men. Right? I'm going to clarify what he just listen. If he was so smart, he would have caught what I said. Because he said it's impossible for me to have an answer. Impossible. Not that I don't have an answer.
Right.
Only God is mostly not men calling themselves God. I'm gonna respond to that.
The brother X, who's on delusional now? He said he's God. Who's on delusional?
Your book says I am.
So I'm asking Brother X, what Brother X trying to co-sign what he said?
If you don't know in the context of us being God, the children of the Most High God, then he wouldn't be sounding.
Exactly.
So as us being children of God, then he wouldn't sound delusional. Now I have to clear it up what just happened.
Okay.
He said he knew something, right? He knew what's in my head. He said I didn't know something, right? Only how would he know I don't know something unless he is God?
Because I've already heard, because I already hear you and I already know what level you're on, brother. You done made like 3 mistakes that made no sense, and I know you ain't got nowhere else to go. Just humble yourself and learn.
I had you soul, but you stopped me.
No, you made a silly excuse about David having goat's hair. Then you went to a description, a physical description, which is a spiritual symbolic description. It couldn't have been a physical description, which the brother laid out for you. You didn't get that. So it all falls apart. Then I pulled up Enoch and showed you Noah was white with rosy cheeks and all that. And then you try to say that's not even Bible.
That's not Bible.
Dead on 4 or 5 different areas, points of view, perspectives, every angle from the physical world to the quantum world. You have nothing left.
Then you try to answer the other question. You cut me off. So how would you know? I couldn't answer the question fully. You cut me off. Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Are you sure, bro? You gonna cut me off, bro? Because you seem like you the one getting cut tonight.
I said, are you sure you won't cut me off? Because what happens when I start doing all these verses, he gonna be getting cut. You have to chime in. That's why I said, are you sure you not gonna cut me off? Because I was getting ready to go in on him. And there's gonna be a question. I was getting ready to go in on him.
Slice
I don't heard enough. So I want to make sure he wasn't gonna cut me off. And if you do, I said, brother, I asked you, was you sure? You said, yes, you were. But you still cutting me off. You're going back on your word. So I'm setting him up so he doesn't cut me off. What he do?
Go ahead, brother.
You heard him, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Watch what he do.
And then we gonna move on because I'm gonna get out of here soon. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead, all respect, brother. Go ahead, go ahead.
That was all respect now. We'll see if it's all respect.
Thank you.
Yeah, brother, in Corinthians, flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, meaning flesh and blood can't do it with the third heaven where the Most High and God dwell.
Regardless, yes, sir. Regardless.
Definitely, regardless, we agree. What I was doing was I went to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, and I read where God made man in his image and in his likeness. I mean, a reflection of how he looked is how he made man. Right? So then I read in Daniel where Daniel said that he had woolly hair. So if he made Adam the first man in his image, then the first man would have to have woolly hair. So I'm saying that the first man had woolly hair. How would he be a so-called white man? So-called white man don't have woolly hair. He had stringy hair. I'm just putting together verses to show him that what he's saying is incorrect. That was
All right.
it.
I mean, y'all, let's agree with you on that, right?
You heard that. Let's agree with you. See, she cut me off, right? Remember he said he was.
Right.
First of all, he cut me off, but listen, when she cut me off, he said what? Let's agree with you that what I'm saying is right, that Adam is a so-called black man. That's what I am saying. He says, let's agree with you on it. Now watch him say something that don't agree.
Like real quick. Now you do agree, so is God red, like Adam too?
It says
Adam is red.
It says it's a spirit.
Hold on, brother. You described the hair, but Adam is made in the image, but he's also red, blushing red in the face.
See, every time I try to say something, he never let me finish my statement. I can't finish my statement at all.
So is God blushing red in the face?
No, Adam is not red in the face.
So Adam doesn't mean red. It doesn't mean that to show and blush red.
It can mean that. I ain't gonna say it cannot mean that. It can mean that.
All right. Let me share my screen again so we can just get you up
I never finished what I'm saying.
out of here real quick. Because it's just like, this is simple, brother.
I'll just simply want to prove that he's a so-called black man. Just
All right, look, bro.
Remember, he agreed.
Right.
So let us agree that that's what you should agree upon that. He agreed with it.
You're saying he's black, but no, it means red all the way. To be red, bloody too.
He said, you're saying he's black, but he said, let's agree. He said, let's agree, that's what he's saying.
I think he's trying to say we agree that he has woolly hair. He's not trying to say he's black.
Who got woolly hair?
Adam.
Then he's black.
But he's trying to say that he has woolly hair and he's also red. That's what this is an argument.
Right, that's why I'm gonna ask him, I said, can you show me a so-called white man that have woolly, so-called white man that red that has woolly hair?
Remember that word I told you a long time ago? What they call it? My Jufro.
Jufro.
Yeah, they say they got Jufro.
That's
a verb.
Ask them to show me. Ask them to show me.
Like what's his name?
Yeah,
the dude from Knocked Up.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
All of them, super bad.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna finish playing because I'm gonna ask him for that.
Okay.
But he understanding that I'm calling him a so-called black.
Red. Guy red. Hold on, brother. Redden to show, to cause the show it to clear, to emit and show redness, to redden, to grow red, to look red. Then if you go down to here, to show blood in the face, i.e. flush or turn rosy. Then if we go down further, like I read before, and
notice how I'm not cutting him off, I'm not saying no. I'm letting him get all of it out.
the lexicon, You know, so I mean, there it is, brother. Like, you got nowhere to go, bro.
I got a
So,
question. Can you show me a so-called red man in the face that have woolly hair?
Any question? Can you show me a so-called red man in the face that have woolly hair? What I'm asking.
yeah.
Physicality, yeah.
I mean, what is that gotta? That's silly, bro.
Can't answer that.
He said it's silly. It's a legitimate question.
Yeah, I can't.
You're saying that there are physical people that have red in their face and they got woolly hair. They show it to you. You say, I'm a silly question.
Hey, hold on now. Salakia. Don't forget about them island boys. Island boys.
That was a good one,
I was not believing.
There's no way. It's green.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Like you talking about woolly hair because it's saying white like the pure wool and all of that. That's symbolism, brother.
That's conjecture on your part.
So is it woolly hair or goat hair? Which one is it? Because David had goat-like hair.
So wool, hair like wool, pure wool.
Okay. Well, that you can't prove that.
Okay, so again, that's why you don't believe the Bible. Well, I understand. That's fine. You don't believe the Bible. That's cool. I get that, but we don't know the Bible.
Okay. I don't know it, but I know it means to emit red, to blush red, to show red.
You only know what you think you read on the screen. You leave a lot of stuff out.
I think I'm reading that. So
That's from the book of Enoch.
You don't know what you think you read on the screen. So
But he reading from the book of Enoch though. That's Enoch. That's not the Bible.
Yeah, but he's I'm referring to he's reading the definitions and stuff, right? So I'm telling them that you only think you know what you're reading because you're leaving a lot of stuff out. If I'm reading part of it and I'm leaving a lot of stuff out, I'm only going to get this portion here. I'm not going to get the rest of it. So you only want to bring out the parts that agree with you.
Right.
If I don't agree with you, you don't want to bring that out.
Right.
You're not being fully transparent. That's what I'm trying to say to him. What's when you trying to twist it and twist my words or what?
not really seeing that. I think I'm seeing that.
I said you only read parts of it. You don't read the whole thing because you leave a lot of stuff out.
So I clarify what I was saying. You leaving parts of the stuff out. You're not reading the whole thing. Right? Because in his presentation earlier, he was going down, he was reading the definition, and he was reading part where it said there were two types of people who were like that. It said that the other one was black. In his presentation. I said, I think someone else is going to go tear this presentation down. So I can do the same thing from the beginning to the end. You know what I'm saying? But he's leaving all this stuff out. That's all we're trying to bring out.
Who is Edom? What does Edom mean?
Edom, according to the Bible, means red.
Notice, according to the Bible, I'm giving the source, it's red. This is the way I stay. In the Bible. See, listen, he's trying to get me to come out of the Bible. But see, when he can't get me out of the Bible, you have to then dismiss me and say, no, I'm better than you, you gotta go. You go get cut.
All right, I'm done, bro. And who was he?
No. Lex, you're going about this wrong. You gotta see he's an Israelite. So he's going to try to use the Bible. Take him into the water. At first, ask him, do he subscribe to the blue letter? Do he believe in the blue letter? He's going to say yes. Take him into the blue letter. Let him see what it says in the blue letter.
I just did.
Oh, damn, I must have walked off.
Yeah, I just took him in there. And you know what he said? Something. Hold on, stop.
And right there, it shows
Stop.
that. Go ahead, brother.
This was his answer to me.
What's the lie now? Here's the lie.
You only think you're reading what you're seeing.
What?
Yeah, I said, so I only think I'm reading this? He said, yeah, I'm only,
How he was shaking it in like up and down.
Yes, I'm saying he's agreeing with him. I'm not saying nothing because I know what I said. I even came back.
He's agreeing with
Yeah, he's agreeing with it. That's why he missed my clarification. I even clarified what I was saying after I said it. And I said it originally, you leaving stuff out. He's trying to say, oh, I think you are. It's the exact same thing. I can prove that in this presentation.
I'm only imagining that I'm reading what I'm reading. So he's done, bro. Like, you know,
I can't even say I gotta go, but I really thought that he would get it when I asked that question. Lex Vortex, tell the truth. I salute you, sir. Sonnet, I love you guys. Salute as well. And salute the brother as well. But I don't know, sir. I'm gonna have to really do the research that you'll probably will be trying to understand you because I don't understand. You know, I don't understand how you didn't get it, you know, especially when it says that God is a spirit, plain and simple in the exact same Bible. But I hear you, sir, and I salute you as well. All right.
I see. Honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand brothers like that. I told him over and over again. I said, Lex, I'm trying to answer the brother's question. You keep cutting me off. He should say, Lex, let the brother finish answering my question. He come back and say, I don't know how you didn't get it. And I'm telling him, I said, let's move this guy. You sat here and heard me say, I'm trying to finish answering your question. You keep cutting me off. How you determine I don't get it when I don't finish answering the question?
This is a three-sided argument. They all three on.
So I'm assuming that, you know, oh, I see you over there on their side.
Yeah.
You coming on trying to give me a question to throw me off.
Right.
You ain't throwing me off.
Right. I got you.
If he let me finish, I'd have answered on shoulder where spirits do have color.
And what they really are saying too, they don't have the understanding you have. I don't understand. He don't know the Bible. He going to the book of Daniel. So Netta don't ever. So already it's like wasting time.
These guys are ignorant. The white men are gonna come with a bunch of nonsense. For you to sit up there and believe spirits don't have color because you believe in Casper and all that stuff like that too much. You know, brainwashed you too much. You know what I'm saying? That's what you really think a ghost and a spirit really look like. They don't have color. That's what he did. The friendly ghost.
The Marshmallow Man.
Ghostbusters.
The Spectre when the Marvels is on them.
Right. Spectrum. The guy with green.
Yeah, come
from DC.
Yeah. Even he got color. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he got color.
You got delusional, bro.
Peace and revelation.
Hey, can I show one more scripture? Can I show one more scripture?
You see, I want me to show one scripture, and if he I still want to show one more scripture. Again, as you notice, he would never let me go into my presentation. I said, can I show one more scripture? Because brother, I leave.
No, brother.
I said no. So I decided it's time for me. It's time for me to talk about. Because you see, I can't show no one nothing else. It's just his show. You know what I'm saying? So the brother bounced out and left. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to bow out. And this other guy that comes on, he cooks. He cooks those next work that make him look bad. Yeah.
We're gonna get ready to unless someone else got anything interesting. This is irrefutable. So you gotta come with something stronger than that.
Them Rods in the building. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh yeah, I'm gone. Now remember, I said that you only think you know what you're reading. That's a set on my name. I'm gonna pull it back and show you. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the presentation.
Give me 1 second because I got a lot of things going on. Y'all gotta forgive me too. I wasn't gonna be able to make it home, so I was like, "Don't be late." I'm in the gym right now, you know, man. I'm in Planet Fitness, so if y'all hear words around me, people around me, you gotta excuse me.
It's supposed to be in there working out.
Yeah, I just feel like I got through working out.
If you got through working out, ain't you musty?
Nice to shower. Nice to shower. I mean, maybe. You don't know. You could have.
Words on that you take a shot. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Like you had it at your house. Like go home and do the presentation. Why would you go work out, take a shower, stay in there and do it in your laptop? Why not go home and get the, you know what I'm saying? Get your stuff together.
That's why he's bad guy.
You want this cheap guy in the have no internet in his house, did it? You know what I'm saying? Go home.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
What he's doing? Clearly what he's doing.
Everything is pure internet.
I mean, why would you go somewhere? He said if you hear voices behind me, why would you go to a place where there could be noise to interrupt your presentation? You want it to be no noise, everything is clear so we can hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's not even a secure network.
Yeah, all of that. What I'm saying, that's what adding up for you to do it there. Crazy, go home when you got privacy.
You don't want to do that because
You probably don't have it anymore. That's why.
Let's see. All right.
You doing all of this on your phone?
No, I got my laptop.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let's go here. Here we go. We're gonna start off in your precious Bible. Let me share my screen.
Hurry up and get to it.
Deuteronomy 26 and 5, though.
Right. Where he's
And it says, Thou shalt speak and say before the Lord thy God, a Syrian ready to perish was my father. And he went down into Egypt and sojourned there with a few and became there a nation, great, mighty, and populous. Now, this is God giving instructions to the Israelite on whatever they're going to do on their feast days to remember their history, right? So when it says, and thou shalt speak to say before the Lord thy God, a Syrian ready to perish was my father, and he went down into Egypt and sojourned there with a few and became there a nation, great, mighty, and populous. Now, most people understand that this is talking about Jacob or Abraham. And that's why it says, a Syrian ready to perish was my father.
doesn't understand the Bible. Anyone who reads is going to be talking about Jacob. Don't equate this to talking about Lord Abraham. Don't talk about this. Abraham did not go down into Egypt with a few and became a nation. Only fits one person. He doesn't know what he's talking about. People use reference to when he's talking about. But he, like I said, you don't understand what you're reading. If you know what you're reading, you would be like, this is can only fit Jacob. Who else can this be?
He's saying Abraham.
He's saying people are saying it could be Abraham and Jacob. Right? I'm saying he claims to know the Bible, and we all, anyone that reads it, that know the text, will know that this is only fit Jacob. He cannot be Abraham. You have to Abraham. He doesn't understand what he's reading. Right? So he has to say, well, people would say, what do you say? Ain't you the teacher? Why would I be a teacher and talk about what someone is speculating on? Is it one or two persons? If I'm the teacher, I should know who it is.
So in this verse, the forefather of the so-called Hebrews is called Assyrian. Do you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Assyrian. What is Assyrian? But I want to show y'all that this is a mistranslation in the Bible and why. So I'm going to take you down to the text. This is the Strong's Concordance, and we'll go to the word for Syrian. The word here, as you can see, is 8761. Let's click on it and see what we got here. I don't know if you can hear it. Is my sound, can you hear this right here, Sal?
Strong's H760.
Yeah, we hear it. Strong, yeah, we hear it.
Aramai.
Aramai. Let's play that one more time, baby.
Strong's H761. Aramai.
Aramai. It's an adjective. So that's the Hebrew word. So where did they get Syrian from? And the word is Aramai. But what does Aramai mean? I'm about to tell you in a minute.
Now, I want you to notice how he went earlier when we were talking, reading the blue letter right here, right? About Adam being within the faith and all of that. He's coming here and he's saying that they're lying. He's saying they mistranslated the word. The same blue letter that he was banking on about Adam, he's saying here that they got this wrong. It's what he's saying. He's reading it, he's saying, no, this is wrong. He said it's a mistranslation. He said it's not Syrian. What is what he's saying?
The word means is referring to what's called Aramean, where you get the word Aramaic from. So if you look right here, Syrian or Aramean equals exalted, a thing or person from Syria or Aram, right? So we're saying their forefather is from Syria, but it's really referring to an Aramean. The reason why it's saying Syria is because the Arameans were one of their main locations was Syria. So what the translators did, they put the word Syrian there instead of Aramean.
Right. So now he's blaming the translators that they put it wrong. They saying Syrian, but it's really Aramean. Is what he's saying. It's Aramean, not Syrian. The translators did it.
So if you look down here, you'll see that it says Syrian Aramites, an eastern or inhabitant of Mesopotamia. So I want y'all to take note of that. All right. I'm just putting that up because we're going to come back to that.
So an inhabitant of Mesopotamia, that's where Abraham came from. Mesopotamia means between the two rivers.
That later. And I want you to take note of that. So the forefathers of the Hebrews are Arameans. Everyone got that? Aramean.
And it said Syrian right here. Syrian, comma, Aramites. So they Syrian or Amorite, right? But they're still kind of Amorite. The word has a different pronunciation. I'm gonna show you, right?
Now, let me unshare this. I hope y'all are paying attention. Aramean. Now I want to take you somewhere real quick. And I'm going to show you that the Arameans are nothing but what they call Amorites. Then we're going to get into who the Amorites are and where these people come from and how it ties in to the Hebrews. And I'm going to show you exactly where these people come. They are Eurasian people from the mountains. All right. And then we're going to let you know why. You know how these Hebrews, they like to hop on Sumeria, right? Because they believe Abraham was a Sumerian, the Amorite, the Lord Canaanite, from their first wrote rights. It's about to get kind of deep. Do this before me. Son Abram, daughter-in-law Sarah, and Lot, son of Haran, from to dwell in the land of Haran. By the way, Haran, for you Hebrews out there to know your scripture, when Abraham leaves Sumer and goes to Haran, where does he go?
He said Abraham left Sumer. He just said that Abraham wasn't a Sumerian, but he left Sumer. Just got to saying. Remember, he was saying he will think that Abraham is Sumerian. And he comes right here and said Abraham left Sumer.
Haran is another word for Turkey, which is where all these people's main spot was. All roads lead back to the mountains of Turkey. That's why the boat landed in Turkey. That is their origin story. They come out of the mountains of Turkey through the Eurasian steppe. We're going to get into that. Now check this out. The scholar Paul Krawczyk writes, Syrian crossed the river in both Akkadian and Imperial Aramaic languages of the Neo-Syrian Empire, i.e. the western bank of the Euphrates, from the Mesopotamian and Persian viewpoint, also referred to as Trans-Euphrasia. So the word Hebrew was the actual name of the place where the Amorites lived that meant beyond the river. Don't they tell you that Hebrew means one who crossed over?
Yeah, that's correct.
It also means from the past. You know, right. When you get it right, let me show you what this is. Don't notify.
So it means from the past.
I bought from the past. Deuteronomy 26. So we have here, God shall speak and say before Yahweh Elohim and Aramai, and Syrian, right? Ready to perish with my father. He's talking about this, right? When I click on it and show you. This is the word that he's talking about. Pull this up, right? Aramai, remember he pulled it up, Aramai, right? Syrian or Armenian, exalted, right? A thing or a person from where? Syria or Aram. Can be either place. You right here? Aramai, right? I'm gonna get the other ones for you now. Get the other one. We're gonna go back to Genesis, right? And all this. Genesis chapter 14. Look, Genesis chapter 15, verse 16 says, but in the fourth generation they shall come hither again. For the who? It says, but in the fourth generation they shall come hither again. This is for the iniquity of the who? Amorite, right? Amorite is the same thing, it's a little different with the word. If I want to click on it and show you. Listen, Amorite. This is what he's saying Jacob is. Right? He's not a Syrian, he said he's Amorite, right? A slave. Right? This is what he's saying he is. Right? One of the peoples of the east, of the east Canaan and beyond the Jordan, dispossessed by the Israelites incursions from Egypt. Right? Look at the word. It's a little different, right? Amorite. Amorite. Armenian, right? Right here. This is where it's getting caught up at. They're not the same word. This is where Jacob commanded the Syrian. These people here, God wanted to kill. They have similar sounding names. The Israelites killed these people out when we came out of Egypt, right? Now, why would the Israelites kill out Jacob's lineage? People lineage. He comes out because Jacob was a Syrian, right? He's saying he's an Amorite. The Israel came out and we killed the Amorites out. Why would God listen? If Jacob is an Amorite, so is Abraham. Right here. We'll read it again. This is what he can do in the Bible. This is God speaking to Abraham. He says, but in the fourth generation shall they come hither, meaning when they come out of Egypt. In the fourth generation, that was Moses' generation. He says what? For the iniquity of the who? Amorite. And Merari is not yet full. But these would be the people that Abraham would come out of.
Yeah.
If he's saying these people, that would have to include Abraham. Because it's an I am. So the I am means the people, all of them. Their iniquity is not yet full. That's why when we came out in the fourth generation under Moses, we was attacking them and killing them out. All king of Bashan was an Amorite. He was killing all these giants out. Texas. But in his video, he's saying that we are Amorite, we are not Syrian. Then he's saying the mistranslation of Syrian, they're really Amorite. That's why I said to you, when you look at something that you read, you think you know what you're looking at, but you don't, because the words were different.
Wow.
This is what he's looking at. See, they sound the same, but they're spelled differently. This is what I wanted to just basically show that he doesn't know when I made that statement. I'm accurate what I'm saying. Read, this is the proof of it right here.
Wow. Well, he would never go see that.
As I said, I can listen. I can rip through his whole presentation if I want to, step by step, if I needed to.
Wow.
I'm gonna just leave it there.
Because you wouldn't have had time for all of that.
I saw it
I don't
afterwards.
want to understand.
That's why I like, dude, like you don't understand about it, but there's no need for me to go into that. I'm going to clarify my feeling. I know that's what I'm saying. But anyway, with that, man, you got any other questions before we shut it down? That time again. That got to call it for me.
Yeah, man. I was gonna put that.
No other question? Okay. All right, Emmanuel, some closing comments, brother, before we shut it down?
Just it's a good lesson. Shabbat shalom to everybody that was on. Everybody have a peaceful evening. Just remember to stay humble and stay peaceful throughout the week. And I'll see you brothers hopefully on Wednesday.
Hey, Emmanuel, before you go.
Say what?
Before you go, brother, you went. Was it good? Yeah. What was it? Ask him. I don't know what was it. What was it?
I know I wanted to know about the question you asked like during the week, brother. Like you talking about the trust thing, whatever.
Yeah. Nothing. That wasn't nothing. I was just asking a question. Do it make sense though?
Did you see my response, Emmanuel?
Con, I seen your response.
What you think?
Yeah, and that's part of what I'm saying why I asked, because
I was asking because some brother was getting the impression that he was going back to the thing about God, going put him in a box, and he couldn't.
And that got a part to do with it too. Like, I mean, when you marry somebody, but it was more so about relationship, but relationship go back like to marriage type situation, because that's one of the part of the reasons I be like halfway not wanting to get married, because I know that's the sacred thing. I'm not just marrying the woman, I'm actually we doing something together, which is conjecture to the Most High. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so would you so with your question, would you so is someone that you would marry, would you put trust in her knowing that she can actually deceive you?
God.
Right, so people do that, right?
Say what?
People do that all the time, then, right?
Yeah, they do it all the time, but do it make it right?
Yeah, it makes, of course. Because if okay, so would you be with someone you don't trust, man?
No.
So it makes it right, because what you're doing, you're giving your relationship a chance for it to be successful. Because without it, it will never be successful. So you have to put yourself out there on the limb, what I'm saying, to see if it can be successful. But you also at the same time put yourself out there to be hurt at the same time too. What you want? But what you're doing, you're weighing the outcome. The outcome is worth the risk. Is what you're saying. That's why you do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Emmanuel? You there?
You kind of broke up a little bit. What was that last part you said?
I say that's the reason why people do that, is for the outcomes, because they're weighing the outcome, and it's worth the risk to put yourself in that situation because of the outcome.
All right.
Yeah. That's why you do something like that, bro. You're not doing that without weighing the result. But you're trying a relationship where you can trust someone and be faithful to you, be faithful to her. You know what I'm saying? So you got to worry about her cheating on you, you cheating on her. So you have to put some trust in that person. You can't go around and say, listen, I don't trust you, but I want to be with you. It's a contradiction. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
That was it. That was it, brother. All right, Alex. So I'll speak to you during the week, bro.
For sure. Con, y'all brothers, man. Shabbat shalom.